What's up, everybody? Back with another video. What's good, everybody? G Code, ESPN, ESP, sorry, Revolution. Cuts. What's good, everybody? And back with another one. I, I didn't go live last night because honestly, I was in chill mode. Like I wasn't even, you know, I'm not an emotional train wreck. You know what I'm saying? I got restraint. You know what I mean? Like I could, you know, I'm not gonna. Yeah. I mean, I could just literally, and I wake up. I don't even really want to talk about the shit. You know, honestly. But am I? Yeah. But it's a beautiful, cloudy, sunny day. I'm looking at the sky right now. But it's expected. But when I get phone calls and messages and text messages, I tune in. You know, and I'm like, oh, shout out to Fake Mike, Real News. We already know what was gonna happen. I mean, Zach is so predictable. Like he's so predictable. It's like I mean, it's so easy to predict this guy. You know, so easy. And like I said, I'm good over here. I don't need to. I don't. I'm good. You know. But when you mention my name 1,000 times, I did this and I did that, and I did this and I did that, then yeah, here I go. You know. But I don't even know where to start, honestly. But like I said, there's a first thing I posted was a link. If anybody wants to come on and you know show me your stuff, or wants to just talk shit or whatever, I got a link down there. It's good, man. To kind and yeah, I didn't even honestly. I was like, man, ain't even. It speaks for anybody with a, you know, we're doing this on Saturday, Shabbat, right? We're doing it on Saturday, and it's a fitting day, right? Because it is a day of, you know, rest. It's a day of rest, and there's really deep meanings behind today. So, but it's a day that you know, the souls. It's a day for the soul. It's real deep. It's deep. But today is a day of the soul. So why not? I'm coming from the soul when I speak. I'm not coming from the physical, with all this just emotional gibberish, because that's all that it is. It's emotional gibberish for whatever reason. And it's the thing. This is what I look at. What caused for the video yesterday? But what more than to stir up some more shit? I don't get it. I mean, there's something literally. This guy Zach there's something wrong with him. You know, delusional, confrontational. Like I said, a lot of bitch qualities, man. Like really, there's nothing warranted it because I'm like, what warranted this? Will didn't make a video. I went to Cut's channel. I looked at Cut's channel. It looks like he ain't even been around. He's been suspended. So who the fuck's talking about him? I go to Sports Gematria's channel. He only made one video. He don't even make that many videos. So where the fuck are all these trolls at? He be making this shit up out of his ass. Like, I don't know what goes on outside of YouTube. So there's other shit going on. I don't know. And that's, hey, I'm just coming from what I see, and as an overall and as a generalized thing, because most people see what I see, you know. All the other platforms are a lot smaller, so why even worry about it? You know, there could be some shit talked on Twitter or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I'm so banned on Twitter, I get alerts the next day for some shit to happen. You know? Yeah. A lot of y'all can see. And there was a lot of people in the comments yesterday. Shout out to all you guys. There was a lot of people in the comments yesterday who could see through the bullshit. When he was, uh, there wasn't really no debate. But when he was talking to Fake Mike, there was a lot of people in the chat that was agreeing. It was like, yo, let him talk. I mean, it's all on display. It was all on display of his actions, how he is, his personality, his being, his spirit, his soul, his energy. It's all on display again, perfectly. Full-fledged display. And, you know, well, I got a call and, messages, and he had a picture of Cuts, Fake Mike, and I don't know the other guy's name, Sports Gematria, on the screen, you know? And I'm like, oh, I knew 1,000,000% I was gonna get thrown in the mix for some reason, you know. And Right. That's how we unite. And that's another thing. It's not about clearly not about unity. Um, I mean, honestly, I don't even know, man. It's like his purpose, he says, is to wake people up, come together, promote truth. Uh, Tinnitus is driving him insane. Imagine the kind. Yeah, I know. Um, Hold on. I'm about to go. I gotta take my intermission. I need to go get my charger. I gotta charge up. You're right. It is. He might be. Here, look at that. He might be. He might be a CIA operative and don't even know it, under some mind control. I mean, I mean, we could go into all kind of theories. Shit is weird though. It makes no sense. He has every trait of an agent provocateur. God knows what he's doing on the computer every time he's on screen. He's always putting data, doing something with a computer. Like I said, it could be data logging. You know, who knows? You know, we don't know. I can only speculate, and I'm not going to do what he does. You know, oh, he's a Fed because Chris Emery, who had me turn off my camera, said no recording, walk around all together as a group. Man, me and Fake Mike peeped that shit. We were like, yo, this is kind of suspect. It's like putting us all in a bunch and having us walk around so we could be surveilled, see who all is here. You know, I mean, it was so obvious. Like, and this is the guy who Zach is now proclaiming. Oh yeah, he said yeah, right, it's a Fed, so I believe it. And then at the same time, I don't really believe it. But come on, Zach, he's really saying I believe it. You know, because he keeps saying it. You can't say one thing in one breath and take it back in the other breath and keep saying the same thing over and over again. I mean, this guy is Google him, Chris Aaron. I mean, the guy. I mean, this guy is more credible than me apparently, as far as you know him thinking somebody's a Fed. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Like the shit, and then the other shit with Sweet Lady. Like I called Sweet Lady. Like this shit blows. That blows my mind. Like Zach's that delusional. Like I wouldn't even do anything like that. There's things he told me about his situation where I haven't even said yet, because I don't need to. I don't need to like tear someone down that way. Like I don't do that. Like I don't need to do that. There's things he told me about her, what she does, and all this other stuff. You don't see me on here talking about it, but yet I called Sweet Lady at a job. How the fuck would I even get some information like that? And God knows what he said. I didn't even know Cuts posted a video saying whatever he said kills me. I didn't even know about that. And of course, I don't. That's fucking totally crazy. And I've had talks, Cuts. You know, I've talked to Cuts so many fucking Cuts so many times about this whole situation of leave it alone, stop. You know, it's only so much I can do because I have discernment, because I know how to separate my feelings and emotions. I'm not like these people over there where when one person get mad at it's a herd. Oh, I hate them too. You know, it's like you don't do that. It's called being impartial. All right, impartial, which he has no understanding of being impartial. He has no understanding of being a just human being. He doesn't have any of those traits, any of those qualities. That's why he acts the way he does and does the way he does. I mean, does what he does, because he's not an honor-able person. He's not honorable. He lies constantly. You know, he lies constantly, switches words, changes things around, like literally. This is what he does all the time. I mean, it's obviously, and this is why he doesn't like channels like Sports Gematria, right? Because he just shows it. I mean, if anybody went over and looked at Sports Gematria, I'm like, wow, this is pretty interesting. He's just showing the contradictions that is that's put out there. You can't say you can wipe your ass and everybody's beneath you, but yet do all these things. And he really, that the guy doesn't even make that many videos. Like, you can go over there right now, Sports Gematria channel. I mean, he doesn't even make that many videos. I mean, he really doesn't. Let's see. Last video he made, right, was 13 fucking days ago. Before that, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 1 month ago. So in 2 months, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos. I mean, doesn't make much sense to me. And that's the thing. Did a video 13 days ago. I don't know what Cut's been doing, but I go to Cut's. We can go to Cut's channel, right? Where's it at? Let's see. Before what? 3 days ago, right? 2 weeks. So where's everybody been? You know, I ain't been saying shit. And go to Fake Mike's channel. Hold on. When the last time he did that video? Shit, 13 days ago. So where all this come from all of a sudden? All of a sudden, everyone's, I mean, he be making up delusional shit, you know? I mean, think about it. I don't even, doesn't even make any sense. All of a sudden, comes out yesterday, you know? And, you know, I don't talk about energy and, you know, all this, you know, deeper meanings of astrology, but when you know these things are around, you know, you can see why, you know, that energy came out, you know, because of the positions of the planets and shit like that, which do affect us, you know. But for him to do all that, what warranted it? Nothing, you know. Exactly. So give me 1 minute. I gotta get me a recharge. Oh, let me play this for you. Video I got ready to rock. Excuse me. A little video, nothing fancy.
So, what do you do?
I work with computers, math,
Math? What kind of math?
number theory, research mostly.
No way, I work with numbers myself. I mean, not traditional. I work with the Torah. Amazing! Yo, Hebrew's all math. It's all numbers. You know that? Hey, look. The ancient Jews used Hebrew as their numerical system, right? Each letter's a number. Like the Hebrew A, Aleph, it's 1. B, Bet, it's 2. You understand? But look at this. The numbers are interrelated. Like take the Hebrew word for father. Av, Aleph, Bet. 1, 2 equals 3. All right? Hebrew word for mother, Aim, Aleph, Mem. 1, 40 equals 41. Sum of 3 and 41, 44. All right? Now, Hebrew word for child. All right? Mother, father, child. Yelad. That's 10, 30, and 4. 44. Torah is just a long string of numbers. Some say that it's a code sent to us from God.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's just kid stuff. Check this out, okay? The word for the Garden of Eden, Kedem. Numerical translation, 144. Now the value of tree of knowledge, right, in the garden, right, Eitz Hachayim, 233. 144, 233. You can take those numbers. The
You know, like the Fibonacci sequence.
Fibonacci.
Fibonacci is an Italian mathematician in the 13th century. If you divide 144 into 233, the result approaches theta.
Theta?
Theta. Greek symbol for golden ratio, golden spiral.
Wow. I never saw that before. Just like that series you find in nature? Like the face of a sunflower?
Wherever the spirals.
See, there's math everywhere. Yo, Hebrew's all math. It's all numbers. You know that? Hey, look. The ancient Jews used Hebrew as their numerical system. Right? Each letter's a number. Like the Hebrew A, Aleph, it's 1. B, Bet, it's 2. You understand? But look at this. The numbers are interrelated. Like take the Hebrew word for father. Av, Aleph, Bet. 1, 2 equals 3. All right? Hebrew word for mother, Aim, Aleph, Mem. 1, 40 equals 41. Sum of 3 and 41, 44. All right? Now, Hebrew word for child. All right? Mother, father, child. Yelad. That's 10, 30, and 4. 44. Torah is just a long string of numbers. Some say that it's a code sent to us from God.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's just kid stuff. Check this out, okay?
That's just kid stuff, guys. But anyways, like I said, I have. That's one thing about me. I've always had more videos made than ever posted. Like literally, I have massive amounts of videos made that I never even posted. Like I need a yeah, right. The Matrix lost videos of shit that I've discovered and came and connected and did all this shit and just never posted it. And then never used numbers. You know what I'm saying? Never used it. You know, never used the fucking numbers like that. You know. So um, exactly. That's what's every Zach. If you haven't noticed it, he already said it. And Zach has explained his mother, right? That he disrespects all the time, exactly how he is. He did it again yesterday. If you guys saw it, see that his followers, they don't see it. See me, I see through all the shit. The followers, they don't see it. Like I come in the chat, they like a fucking pack of fucking. See, we're wolves over here. You know, you come dancing in the motherfucking wolves lions den, you're gonna get some logic and reasoning, and then you'll get your head tore off. See, they'll tear your head off because they're like hyenas. They have no direction. They have no guidance, right? Because their Messiah has none himself. So the blind is leading the blind over there, thinking that they're discovering something, right? When in reality, they're really not discovering anything. They're spiritually challenged. They're being spiritually manipulated to be where a state where they're not going to spiritually grow. All right, because this shit goes deep. I don't know if Zach really knows what he's doing or he really does. There's a fine line in between that, okay? And Wise touched on this, right? And I've got a ton of videos on this shit, right? And people could be the judge because I don't think he's that stupid, but sometimes I think he's that stupid, right? Because he really outside of the numbers, he couldn't come debate me. He couldn't stand on a fucking toe. Couldn't do it. That's why you could. It's prime example was yesterday, right? Who'd he let talk the most? Cuts. Why? Because he can get Cuts rattled. He can throw Cuts some bones. He can have him running in circles. He could do that. See, fake Mike, he couldn't do that. He couldn't do that to fake Mike. And you know, goddamn well he couldn't do it to me. I was cut off immediately because he already knows where I'm going. It's all in front of us, right? It's all in front of us. You know, it's all in front of us. Anybody has eyes can see what is going on, right? And it is what it is. Like I said, I was gonna leave him over there in his corner doing what he does, but he keeps sending fucking shots. Like, why? You know, why? And he's watching this shit. And that's another thing. If you guys haven't noticed, Zach must watch. This must be his life, is being on the internet. Because I try to figure like how the fuck does he have time to watch all this shit? He can say, "Oh, you did 12 hours of live streams and this and that." Motherfucker, you don't even know what I'm talking. Apparently, you don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you can't understand a lot where I'm coming from because it is a different frequency. But it's not just 12 hours of just talking about you and talking about this and talking about this. No, it's not. I mean, and there's a lot of people that see exactly what the fuck you're doing that don't fuck with you no more. So, hey, that ain't my problem. Like I said, people are looking for spiritual growth and this spiritual revolution, right? Separating from the physical. There is no growth over there. Ain't nobody spiritually grown over there. You know, they're on their journey passing through and they move on. A lot of people have. A lot of good people have. You know, he's like, you know, this is why he don't like flat Earth, because there's actually logic. You got to use your fucking brain. He don't like anything that you got to use your brain. That's why he sticks to what he sticks to. If you ever notice, he talks about Brian and all these other people who talk about mainstream media. What's good, TV, Truth Virus. Talks about, and this is all Zach does is decodes mainstream media stories all fucking day. That's all he does. We know mainstream media is full of shit, but he decodes the shit all day. Like, seriously. And then another thing he does, guys, I don't give a fuck what y'all saying, and I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about all his fucking, all his worshipers, right? He's performing necromancy. That's what he's doing, guys. It ain't my fault you don't understand this. I mean, Wise has been showing you this shit. He's been showing you this shit longer than I have, you know? Shout out to my brother, right? I mean, it goes deep. You guys got to understand what's going on. Maybe he don't know he's performing necromancy, but that's what he's doing. He did it last night. Before he went on his rant, he did the death magic necromancy of a dead person and brought it into the forefront, into the reality. It ain't my fault y'all don't know about this shit. That ain't my problem. Just like ignorance of the law is no excuse, right? Ignorance of spirituality is no excuse. You deserve to be motherfucking manipulated and took advantage of. That's just what it is. That same spiritual significance is in law. Where you think it fucking comes from in law? It comes from spirituality. Ignorance of the law of no excuse. Ignorance of spiritual fitness and spiritual understanding and your spiritual being cause for manipulation. That's how the whole fucking matrix is built upon. The laws come after that in the physical. This is why he can't come here and sit up here and come on here. You know, I'm lucky. I was shocked he even let me on his stream. But I played possum. Because his intelligence is extremely small. Extremely small. And if you really look at it, it wasn't a debate. But if it was, Fake Mike literally destroyed him. Had him slipping up, going on 15 minutes rant about nothing to do with the question and topic at hand. Zero, not nothing. So that goes to show you. Like, he can't even debate. He just wants to talk his little bitch female shit, right? Female shit. And then fucking, he's watching this. The link is in the chat. You want to come try again? And we're not talking gematria. We're going to talk spiritual fitness, morals, principles, understandings. That's what we're going to talk about. We could touch on a little bit of whatever, got going on. But you want to come debate on your character or what the fuck you're doing? We can. When you can't use numbers, you can't stand. You know? I mean, literally, Fake Mike destroyed him last night. Literally destroyed. You know? It's just amazing And this is why a lot of people stop fucking with Zach, because this is a spiritual journey. Okay, they come through Zach, they learn some new things, right? It really wasn't the numbers, right? It was just new understandings, and then they move the fuck on, and their growth keeps going. The ones that are stuck there, man, they have no spiritual growth. They still people that I've never done nothing to, that met in the flesh, all of a sudden flip flop. Like what the fuck? Like where do y'all base y'all foundation of a human being upon? Literally, off of what another man says about somebody, you guys judge off another man's perception of something, right? Even if it's false, it don't matter to you. Y'all don't care about facts. That's what's wrong with these people. They don't care about facts. Oh, whatever Zach says, that's what it is. Like what? Come on, man. There is no man. It's just honestly, it's sad. You know, it really is sad. It's truly sad. Oh fuck! There goes the lid of my damn cup again, motherfucker. Pull this out. Come on, slowly but surely, I'll pull you out. Why? It's always this certain one that does that. Hold on, guys. I had an explosion. Too much energy flowing. You know. So, thanks for shout out to all the wolves in the lion's den, because that's what we do. We're wolves in a lion's den. You know what I'm saying? We are inbred. We're inbreeded with the lion and the wolf. Ain't that a mixture? You know? Fucking Energizer Bunny just keeps going and going. You just shut the fuck up, man. Is there an off button? You know? Oh, it's trapped in a cycle of fucking numbers that repeat themselves. That's what literally they don't understand. They're doing magic and sorcery and have no fucking clue of what it is, because it's an offshoot of actual gematria, right? Gematria. And sometimes spelled with an I. You guys, Google gematria with an I, and you'll come across shit you've never fucking seen before. You're like, damn, this is nothing that they do over there. And actually studying gematria, right, with an I, or gematria, right? I mean, the shit honestly is fucking beautiful. It's actually really uplifting. This is not what they do over there. All right. Not at all. It's all negative down. That's why so many, like I've said, I've counted them all. There's 8 people in that community that are fucked up once they found that work. They got the fuck, like their life went in shambles, right? And others, due to the sports, you know, went into shambles. He don't talk about those people. He shuns them away. All right. There's a lot of darkness that surrounds what is going on over there. People don't want to admit it, but it's a lot of motherfuckers over there struggling. There's 8 people that I fuck with and rock out with that have struggled. And they was like, yo, man, ever since kind of like I found this stuff, it's I'm like, yeah, yeah. And you know why I never did it? And they all they used to talk about is the numbers and this shit. I'm like, yeah, you know, it's cool. I mean, literally, I've been rocking out with people in some of these places, and like everything is about a number. I'm like, yo, like, yeah, everything is numbers, but listen, like, you'll go crazy trying to, you know, like, yo, it's not, you gotta relax a little bit. And this is a part of fucking with this magic and not knowing what it truly is. What could happen? You know, it is what it is. I mean, it's you can't even debate that shit. He tried to give a definition of necromancy. That's not the definition of fucking necromancy. Sorry, try again, Zach. I mean, the thing about Zach is if he talks long enough, people believe him. And he knows he's very good. He knows. He always says the attention span of people is very low and most people are dumb. He said fake Mike is beneath him. This is how Zach thinks. And then I was in the chat, everybody, there's no one with a wrench no more. So he's showing you, look, y'all all beneath me. Get back in your place, little fucking little minions. This is how Zach thinks. He really thinks like this shit. I was like, oh, this is funny. Everybody is equal in the fucking chat. Nobody got her, even fucking Charmed one who's always got something to say. God knows what the fuck that even is. I don't even fucking know. But you know, everybody with a white name looking like me. Nobody in there with a wrench couldn't remove any of the fucking trolls, nothing. Or what? I mean, any of the comments, nothing. You know? I mean, it was unbelievable. I'm like, wow, this is how Zach thinks of all his people that support him. Just like I said, slickly, he's telling y'all, fuck you. You guys are all beneath me. They haven't figured it out yet, but they will. They worshiping their God. The minute you disagree with them, you're getting cast away. He's gonna cast you into the fucking flame because you ain't shit to him. You're beneath him. How the fuck could a man, right, a mortal ass man, right, tell another man you're beneath me? Talking about you live with your mother. You live with your mother. Who the fuck would care if anybody? Who the fuck cares where somebody lives? I mean, like this is like it's mind-boggling, you know. And again, the reason why he got to go personal and feelings is because he got destroyed. He didn't know what to do, and he had him pause. The minute he said, "Who switched gematria over to English?" the fucking glitch in the matrix came. Good God Almighty! I'm like, look at this glitch right here. Look at this fucking glitch. He don't even fucking know. How the fuck when you're the God, you can wipe your ass. Everybody's beneath you. Don't nobody know shit about shit, but you don't even know who the fuck translated or transferred over fucking gematria to the English gematria. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. Doesn't even know that. Totally stumped and goes on a 15-minute tirade about nothing. I predicted 2 Super Bowls. Well, how long you been here? What about all the other Super Bowls? And he would not answer the simple question why you can't post your picks. Because it's personal. He knows what we're talking about. You post pics every fucking week with can and could. What if you're such a god and this shit is so on point? Why don't you do what other people do? That's why Simple Truth just comes out and says, look, this team to win the money line because such and such. If he gets it wrong, who gives a fuck? But Zach is the god, but he can't just say, these are my picks. Why? Because the gematria says so. It's legit. It's 100% on point. It's all lined up. Because why? If he did that, his whole fucking shit will crumble. His whole shit will fucking crumble. And it's become harder. How the fuck it's been harder if this is the code that they're using every day, all day long? How the fuck is it getting harder to decipher? Make it make sense to me. And again, this is why he allowed cuts to go on, because he can piss cuts off. You know? He had to keep cutting fake Mike off and going on tirades because he can't debate those things. He cuts me immediately off because he already knows what the fuck time it is. He don't even mute me. He puts me backstage. Like, damn, I gotta learn that one. He puts me backstage, so I can't do shit. Motherfucker just boop, backstage. You know? I mean, he's just exposing himself. He should just keep doing what he's doing. Leave people the fuck alone. But this is what he likes. He likes. And this is the shit he said about his mom. And then Fake Mike asked him. Fake Mike asked him, why does he, wish his mom dead or whatever? I didn't say that. I said the world would be a better place if his mother was gone. What? That's even fucking worse than wishing somebody dead. This is like, not only that she's dead, no, the world's a better place because she's dead. Like, who the fuck says this shit? Like, this is their God. This is who they worship, man. This is in the chat where motherfuckers that I've literally been with are like, fuck you, yeah, right, you fucking fan. Like, what? What have I ever done to you? Nothing. Because your God, right, is having a beef with me. You guys instantly don't like me. These people have no discernment, no self awareness. They have no discourse in their own life. This is why they need a guy like Zach to guide them. Like, it's unbelievable, man. It really is fucking unbelievable. It really is. Like, it's just the shit that I talk about every day be on full fucking display. This is just people they can't stand. You know, they got problems in life. Well, why do they got problems? Because they can't stand. They ain't standing for nothing. On the corner, screaming shit is not standing for anything. Doing shit in your own personal life first right, is standing for something. I'm like, some of these motherfuckers still got kids in school. What the fuck is going on? How does this even make sense? These motherfuckers going to McDonald's, Burger Kings, and Taco Bells. How the fuck this makes sense? This motherfucker over here using prescription drugs. How the fuck this make any sense? This ain't no truth community. This is the bottom of the barrel people that are just starting to wake the fuck up. And I already know what triggered this video. What triggered this video, guys, is oh shit, it's slipping my name real quick. I already knew what triggered this video, and I knew it was coming. Was Allie? What's her name? Allie. What's the channel name? Somebody help me out. That's what triggered the video. See, Zach watches everything. I'm like, how the fuck he got all the time? I knew a video was coming. I knew it because Allie went live and I went on there, you know. And she has been like going through some shit. Well, sister, that's because you're playing with some dark magic that you don't know the recourse and ramifications of that. If you're not a strong spiritual being, it will affect you. What are Net Void? Yeah, Net Void went live for the first time in a long time yesterday, and she was talking about gematria. You know, she talked about the God Messiah himself. You know, and I went in and dropped some little jewels in there, and shout out to her. And she said that finally, yeah, right. That makes you saw the light. I'm like, the light's always been on me. I'm looking at some other things. See, it's a piece of a puzzle. I'm like, okay, well, Zach, hey, he's in a structure like I'll rock with a Christian, a Republican, a Trump supporter, a fucking. If anything's about some righteous shit that ain't about doing some old fucking unrighteous shit, I'm cool with it. You know, I sit back, I see things that, that's why I was falling back. I'm like, yeah, I'm falling back. But she did a video yesterday. That's what sparked Zach to do a video. Point blank, period. You know? So if anybody knows, that's what sparked Zach to make that video. But but um but yeah, the mom thing, it really is. It's crazy. Like literally, you answered the question with an even worse answer. Like, why do you wish your mom dead? He said, no, I don't. I wish the world would be. The world would be a better place if my mom wasn't here. I was like, he did not just fucking come on and say that. He did not say that. There's no fucking way he just said that. Because that's worse than wishing your mom was dead. If you wish your mom was dead, okay, she's dead, that's it. But you said the world is going to be a better place with your mom gone. That is fucking worse. That means anything she ever left is just, and her legacies is just, she's just a piece of shit. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. And she was in the chat. In the fucking chat. Unbelievable, man. That he can say about that. He can say that. That just blows my mind, like literally. And what the other thing, how okay, in my opinion, right, which is facts, on how Zach debated, or so-called, it wasn't really a debate. I mean, he just asked him a couple questions. Fake Mike asked him questions he didn't answer. None of them, and he actually admitted that he is hypocritical. He's hypocritical, which we know he's a hypocrite. He's hypocritical because Fake Mike asked him about, and it is what it is. But at the end of the day, hey, this is truth, right? This is it right here, right? According to Zach, we are in the end times, now or never. Truth. I'm about the truth. Facts. But yet, you say, Fake Mike asked you a question about, sweet lady, what is she, a girlfriend or a wife? Which doesn't really matter, but, works with pharmaceuticals. And you ragtag and bag on the pharmaceutical company every day. Now we are logic and reason. Yeah, you could justify it, swing it left, swing it right, whatever you want. But the facts of the matter is, that's what's going on. And that you got two energies in one house. I mean, that there's a whole bag of bones that goes with that is even crazier, right? Because there's ramifications that come from that, cosmically. I know he must not be spiritual, right? And spiritually, by okay, if the truth is really in you, right? Can't serve God and money at the same time. You serve one or the other, you know. So how can you, this is what I said in the chat. And they're like, oh yeah, right, get out of here. That's like a fucking crackhead trying to justify his addictions by going to fucking heroin. Like literally. Like, wait, you stopped doing crack and now you do heroin. Oh, okay, I got it. That makes sense. More power to you, you know? Because if you're a man of truth that bags on the pharmaceutical company, talks about health, this shit, but your woman is pitching, this when she doesn't have to. She really doesn't. It's a choice, you know? And it's a choice. You know what I'm saying? It's a fucking choice. Yeah, he was a teacher. He got out of it, which that's big ups to that, you know? But still, his choice was to go this way because he was a man of truth. But yet over here, and like I said, I'm just me. Maybe I'm different. It's no way, shape, or form. Okay. If I had a woman or a child or anybody and they pitching that shit that I'm gonna be involved with in any kind of way, I'm going the other way. All right. I'm going this way. No matter what, I'm going that way. Because there's morals and principles that I stand on that I ain't gonna do. I don't even buy anybody. Somebody be like, yo, can you go, if I go in the store, yo, can you buy me let alone any alcohol or cigarettes or anything, I won't even buy them the GMO shit. Somebody said, yo, you want water? I don't even get them the fucked up water. I get them the water I drink. Can you buy me a Pepsi? No. Damn, you can't give me nothing to drink. Yeah, I'm not gonna buy you. I'm not gonna put my energy into some shit that's gonna fuck you up, even though you're doing it anyway. I don't need that on me. That's how we should be moving. That's how the world becomes a better place. That's how you carry your 360-degree radius around with you. That's how you carry your 6-pointed direction with you, right? Which is actually 7 because you're the 7th point of direction, right? In the understandings of real gematria, right? Here they come. David, you're still talking about your boyfriend. Damn, you're really butthurt. I'm not butthurt. See, they come here, right? They come here and they post comments like this. They'll post comments like this, but not knowing what I'm even talking about, why I'm talking about it. And this is what they do. David Ferguson, you're still talking about your boyfriend. Damn, you're really butthurt. No, bitch, you don't even have a chat there. 39 people. Can't even fucking talk, can't even get it out right. This is the type of people that dwell in them trenches, right? These are the type of people that dwell over there, like just irrational, low thought, like they don't have anything. They need a person like Zach to bat for them, to carry them, because they don't have no spiritual standing or understanding of themselves, right? That's what they do, you know? But they don't know, like, I mean, literally, this is shit that I enjoy. Sorry, I'm like trying to get that comment off of there. I enjoy the Zachalites. That's right, Truth Virus. The fucking Zachalites. He's watching. I mean, come on. Motherfucker's on the computer 24 hours a fucking day. I think he sleeps with a fucking computer, you know? I'm like, how the fuck you got time to do all this work, watch all of this shit? And I mean, how? You got to ask questions like, what the fuck? Like, what is going on? What is the drive? You know? Exactly. Shout out to the thinking people. And that's the thing. They don't think over there. This is why as soon as I come in the chat, I'm like, damn, for the Frank, the Truth Tank, only a couple names I paid attention to because I'm like, damn, I actually met these people in the flesh. Like, these are unguided people, you know? shout out to Richard Quinn. I mean, Richard Quinn, we gotta understand it, you know. Who else? There was a on this does not exist. Who the fuck is even the man's got the name The Truth Does Not Exist. Like that, like these people name the words and phrases carry an energy. You know there's no fucking truth in that motherfucking person. Like, who are these people? You know, I don't even know who these fucking people are, you know? But this is what Zach does. He stirs it all back up. So, you know, this is what he does, man. He really he sabotages his own shit. Like I said, it's a trait that he probably has, you know, from his mom, because this is what he explained his mom does. Like, I don't fucking know. You know, it's crazy. You know? Debo! It's really crazy. But yeah, I don't know even know who that guy even is. I don't even know who he is, but who cares? You know, but this is what they do, man. You know? But back to the whole debate stuff. Like, okay, you're the man of truth, all right? But the thing is, you justify, you know, your woman and pharmaceuticals. And I mean I get it, but at some point you don't have to do that. It's a choice. You know, so I say, man, all this stems from other things. I mean, we want to go a little deeper. It's like, you know, all this man, landly, rah, 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 and all these shit. Like, we already know what kind of energy that's over there. We already know he's got the female trait energy. Yeah, he sounds like a man and this is that. He talks stuff like a man, but the traits are all that of feminine female energy. Emotional, irrational, not thinking, destroy every fucking thing, even if it's own, don't care. You know, these are reckless emotions. A real man understands his position, understands like, look, I'm as has structure and order. He don't have any structure or order. He's way on his mission, his so-called truth mission. He got to go back and move for the pharmaceutical companies. Like, what the fuck? I'd have been like, yo, chill. When I get back, we got this. I mean, simple. I mean, damn. Where's the cojones? You know, you come flexing all this cojones every day, and you know, talk all this shit. You're supposed to be like, yo, chill. And then you don't do it again. You know what I'm saying? How you this movement, but there is no movement. You're actually backwards, you know? I mean, because the talk is so tough and so real, you know, he's so real, but yet where's the realness at? Like where? And then he's running back on the violence thing last night too in the debate with fake Mike. Wait, now you're backtracking the violence. Like, wait, what? You said we need violence. Now you're saying, wait, well, you know, and I mean, just simple questions could not get answered. Can't put out pics, okay? You don't know where Gematria even switched to fucking, but that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day, you know? So, yeah, community decline because of this. And then, you know, he threw, and that's the thing, I got put in this for what reason? Like, that's the thing is, he says all these people done something to him, but when it comes to me, I've done nothing to this guy. I've done zero for him to call me out, right? And I said, you know what? If you feel I did, then I did, and I'm sorry. He couldn't even accept it, and he's still talking about it. And then you got to show, oh, you started it, yeah, right? Well, you man, you started it. You started it. You started it. I'm like, okay. This is how brainwashed they got because when Zach talks enough, he knows he can convince people. Just like he convinced, oh, you brought cuts to the community and fake Mike to the community and this to the community. Like, what does he understand is the fucking internet, you know? I mean, it's really mind blowing, man. He can't, he just, there's, there's something deeply wrong with the character of him. A lot going on there. You know, a lot of everybody has flaws, but You can't run around saying you can wipe your ass with Nostradamus and you're the king and everybody should bow to you and nobody on the internet is even come close to anything you're doing. Like, this is how you carry yourself? Like, whoa, no. That means you may be insecure about what you're doing, and maybe what you're doing isn't really what you think it is, and this is why you're getting that. You know? You could have been on a lot of platforms, but you destroyed your own self. You know, like I said, you can't remember. You got this great memory, but can't remember when you were on Auditing America. I fucking remember. You were on Auditing America's fucking channel. Has a way bigger audience than you, right? And you down fake Mike, but he's got more views on the internet than you got, Zach. That's a fact. They're all different kind of platforms. You know? It is what it is. I mean, if you want to talk like that and everybody's beneath you, me, I don't care. I don't do this for any kind of views. And then you got Charmwood, you're over here for clout. I've never been on Zach's channel for no fucking clout. I've never back at I had the green light to call Zach anytime during the stream. I want he would have answered and I could have been, yeah, you know, this and come over to my channel. And you know, I never look for no shit like that. I could have did that on Auditing. I could have been on Auditing America. I did videos with Auditing America and Fake Mike. I didn't post some of them. I could have got a lot of views. I could have did the auditing thing. I used to somewhat kind of call out cops my damn self. Just something that's, but I'm like, well, for me, it's like, no, they're really, you know, they're just following orders. You know, what are they gonna? They're not gonna listen. They're not. I mean, they're just doing what they're doing their job. You know. So, you know, yeah, and we're not gonna mention Rambo. Why do you attack Rambo? Well, you know why? Because Rambo had all this knowledge and didn't use gematria. Zach was like, use gematria more. Rambo, this is how you know they're at a state where they're low. They're low. Where this is truth, right? This is knowledge. This is conscious. This is awareness. This is waking the fuck up. They're only going so far over there with the numbers community. Decoding sports and fucking news stories and the next greatest thing. You're not going to spiritually grow. You're not spiritually growing. You know? Rambo had a whole nother side of knowledge that was unfucking real. Zach didn't even say nothing with it because he can't relate to that knowledge. He tried to, if you know how, if I said I watched the whole fucking thing. I observe every fucking thing. I see when Zach tries to interject and critique. He critiques where he could throw numbers. Well, I don't like it because he wants to put the fucking numbers in Rambo shit and Rambo, and he put the numbers in his shit. Like okay, say if they're like in a dope game or something, Zach is like, yo, man, you need to put more fentanyl in your shit, man, to get people to keep coming back, man, and Rambo's like, nah, I'm giving people this knowledge, man, I'm just giving it to them, like, they can receive and expand higher, they, well, nah, you got to throw these numbers in there, trying to, cut it up a little bit. That's why they fell out, and people were like, Rambo has way more knowledge than Zach. He didn't like that. Zach was a security interest for his ass. I met that man was the most that man, I'll never forget. He's sitting in front of me and Fake Mike on the fucking subway. Zach wasn't nowhere around, and he said, "This is the greatest day of my life. I've never been around so many people like this. I feel like family." And he was just glowing, man. That's why, man. Like, man, that's when I started falling back. Like, yo, for him to do that to that man like that is like, wow, this fucking guy wouldn't hurt a fucking fly. He was not confrontational. Even when Rambo tried to talk to him, he was like, oh, this female bitch shit, trade, the trolls getting there. No, man, he started to see the person that you really was about, you know? He started to see what you was really about. Exactly. Rambo predicted that shit. You didn't need no fucking numbers to do it. That's the thing. You don't need numbers to predict. That's what these people don't realize. The shit that's going on is highly manipulated. Because there's sorcerers and magic, and there's people out here doing certain things. All right. It is what it is. You can believe whatever you want to believe. I don't give a fuck. It don't matter to me. I'm not following the blind. You know? So they'll all realize that's why y'all ain't got no fucking wrench. Fucking minions. That's what he thinks. Fucking minions. I'm taking all your wrench because I'm mad. You guys don't deserve a wrench. You guys aren't doing what I tell you to do. You guys aren't doing everything that I say. Give me your wrench. I didn't see a wrench. I mean, was there a wrench in the fucking thing? I was in the chat glancing here and there as I was moving on about. I didn't see a fucking wrench. Charm One was white as can be. All the other people was white as can be, talking like I'm like I couldn't even look. I had to like literally pay attention to the comments because I couldn't see no blue chat. You know, right? Zero mods. He took all y'all. I'm like, damn. When did he do? Did he make a video? He took all your mods. He took all the mods down. Like what? Oh shit. He took all you big man. He like, y'all ain't shit. I'm going through this. Fuck y'all. And that's how he thinks about these people. They don't see it yet. All the people talking shit about me in the chat. Y'all ain't got no fucking mic. Y'all ain't got no wrench. Y'all tooled. He took your toolbox. You know, now you in there just like me. You in there with me. Diggly, typing your little fingers away. Diddly, diddly, diddly. Shout out to Marco. What's good, Mark? Oh, he did? Shout out to Marco. You know? Took the chat. Watch him give the wrenches back, after he watches this video. I'm glad he took the motherfuckers. I'm glad. Sit them motherfuckers the fuck down thinking they got some kind of power through their Messiah. Yeah, your Messiah just let you know y'all ain't got no motherfucking power. He let y'all know y'all weak. Y'all under me. Y'all some weak motherfuckers without me. Y'all weak. If I stop making videos, y'all motherfuckers' life might go in shambles. See? That's why they get mad. Zach, you're not making videos. Oh, you need to make a video. You're not making too many videos. Oh, damn. They need your energy, Zach. That's why they act the way they do. You got the energy. You got the energy suckers. Keep them the fuck away from me. I don't care. I already know there's 8 people I know personally, good people, that they came in that community and their life's been in shambles. They picking it up. When they started picking their life back up? When they left it alone. Stop paying attention to the shit. They stopped paying attention to the bullshit. They feel better. I stepped away. I'm like, damn, I feel shit. I feel like, damn, I feel like I could throw my elbows back. I was kind of tight over there. Like, damn, man, I'm around this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, move away from that shit. You're like, no, you know what? Fuck, man. Fuck's really going on over here? I see shit. I sit back. I don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't say nothing. Sit back. But this is Zach talked shit yesterday. This is why I'm just making a video. Like I said, you want to learn gematria? You're gonna learn some fucking gematria. All these people come over here. Oh, the numbers add up. They add up. Not all the y'all don't even know what the fuck y'all doing. How y'all gonna talk to me about numbers if y'all don't know the foundations of the numbers, what they came from what they being used for? You don't know. He admits it. Manly P. Hall. Well, who the fuck was Manly P. Hall? Well, you already know who Manly P. Hall was, a free fucking Mason who wrote multiple books. Why don't y'all read some of the other fucking books? You'd be like, you know what? Maybe I should think about what Zach's saying about this. What about all these other gematras? Who the fuck created these certain ciphers? You need to go look this shit up and be like, you know what? This is why my life is so fucked up. This is why my life is so fucked up. Let me see. Let me do something real quick. Cause motherfuckers be. Let me see. It's under here. No, not that. Damn. If I hit the wrong button, I'll be back. Hold on. Just want to put this up on the screen real quick. Put this up on the screen real quick. Where is it at? Didn't even load. Didn't even load. Hold on. I'm gonna try to load it with my other device and try to put it up on the screen. I tried to, but well, shit, y'all could just go to fucking Google. Hold on. Because where he said he got this from, ironically, right? Ironically, and this is just what's on Google. All I give you what's on Google. Zach will be like, he's making this stuff up, saying I make $1 billion. I just was like, yo, what is this? It's on the internet. Zach, answer the question. Oh, I didn't say this is what you were doing. And we've been over that. But anyways, just go look up, put in the Google search right now, right? Let me go back to the comments. I thought this would upload, but it didn't. Let me go back to the comments. Go look up the secret teaching of all ages and scroll down after you get past Manly P. Hall and Amazon. The next fucking one is the CIA, right? CIA.gov library. Now, I know there's a lot of shit in the library. I'm just saying. But Manly P. Hall's secret teaching of all ages is in the CIA. It's right there for you to see. Google just Google secret teaching of all ages. Scroll down through a couple books, right? Author, obviously, Manly P. Hall, Wikipedia. Then go down and you'll pass a couple more advertisements like I got on my phone. But according to the Google search, then you come to Amazon, which is secret teaching of all ages, right? And then the next one is Central Intelligence Agency.gov. So I'm just saying, that's sitting there. What does the CIA do? Okay. I'm just saying, guys, this is where he get his gematria from. He says Manly P. Hall, secret teachings of all ages. That's when he discovered it. Not going back any further. Just right there. Nope, right there. But he'll say, oh, it comes from Kabbalah and it comes from all this stuff and all this stuff. But man, no, what the fuck don't. All right. It don't come from there. All right. Does not come from fucking there. Then you got to understand yourself what time we're in. People are going to wake up one day. How do we trap souls and spirits? Well, let's put out all these different things. Let's have them argue about the shape of the earth that we hid, right? They don't know. We don't fucking know. All right, let's do this other magic with numbers. They're going to get into numbers and they're going to discover all these things, all right? Oh, religions. Let's get into these other understandings of the love and light, right? The love and light, you know? Let's put the chakras out there, How many chakras are there, you know? Let's do all this stuff. How many chakras are there? How many? Let's put all this stuff out there. People are going to be waking up. We need to trap their souls, their spirits. And I'm just saying, I don't know if this is true, but I'm just saying. It says fucking CIA right there. How many chakras are there? Well, there's 7 chakras. Well, what is that? That shit traces back to Kabbalah, right? I mean, this stuff is all connected. It don't take no gematria to figure this shit out. This is where it comes from. The number 7, right? The 7 chakras, the number 7, the magic number in Kabbalah, the power of 7, right? You want to learn real gematria, this shit could change your fucking life, right? That's where number 7 comes from, the 7 chakras. This is in there too, right? The 6 directions of man, right? You're the 7th direction, the inner, right? That is an outer world, but everything outside of you is 6 directions, right? Up, down, east, north, west, south. And you're in the middle, which is 7, right? 7 days, 7 vertebrae in the neck. I mean, how deep you want to go? He ain't teaching y'all none of this shit. When you learn your body, you learn a lot of this stuff. When you study religion, you think I didn't study the Kabbalah, the Torah, the Quran, the Bible, the Book of Thomas, the ancient teachers of Buddha, right? Kemet, all this shit, Kush. We done been through we done did this shit years ago. Just got to go back and refresh your memory. You got to refresh the data in your brain, 7 days a week, 6 days a week, 7 days a week. Well, the 7th day is rest, the soul spirit from Friday, right? The soul to the Saturday midnight. See, these are ancient teachings, right? This is gematria, right? This is where it comes from, right? Oh, y'all forgot about everything else that comes from, right? It's energy. How the fuck we over here talking? That's why he knows nothing about energy, spirituality, frequency, vibe. He don't know anything about none of that shit. He's out and he don't know nothing about none of that shit. You know? Exactly. Yeah, exactly. What's good, T? What's good? Marco, I was trying to put that up there. Seven colors of the rainbow. Yeah. Not to mention, what else they got? What else is seven? Right? The power of seven. See, gematria. See, y'all don't even know the value of gematria is zero. The value of English gematria in gematria, Hebrew gematria, is fucking zero. That means you're getting nothing, right? Y'all could go do this. This ain't me talking. Like I said, I got 8 videos, no, 9 videos ready to go, ready to show y'all that what this motherfucker is teaching has nothing to do with he been telling y'all this whole fucking time, right? This whole time. Yeah, he could come with all his other shit. And people say, oh, the numbers don't lie. It ain't fucking hard to tell they use numbers, but they're not using the system that he's fucking talking about. He's attaching the numbers to the fucking shit. That's what he's doing. He's took shit that I've posted, that Wise have posted, that other people in the community have posted and attached numbers to it. He's took shit Rambo has put out and attached the fucking numbers to it. Rambo didn't even do that. He's been on the fucking TFR before saying, yeah, it's pretty amazing how you put the numbers to these connections. Rambo had this knowledge without that shit. He knows numerology. He knows some astrology. See, when you know numerology, you know these numbers are going to be used. You're going to know why they use 3, 33, 9, 13, 11. Ironically, today's 11:11. Like, come on, man. We could do this all day. I could do this all numerology shit all fucking day. I don't need to. It's part of spirituality. You know? I ain't in enough time in the fucking day. You know? You know? And again, seven vertebrae, right? 7 days of the week, right? What are the seven um what are the seven components of light? This is in the fucking Torah, is the seven, right? Is the seven components of light, which is reflection, refraction, dispersion, polarization, scattering, interference, and direction. This all lies in with you. This is all energy. This is how you work as a being. And then Zach can come on here. Oh, how do you do it? Yeah, right, the matrix, bitch, because I have principles, morals, and understandings of how energy works. That's how I do it, bitch. I don't go cursing my mom the fuck out. I don't go slandering every fucking body that comes in my way that disagrees with me. That's a big difference between me and you. You have no direction, motherfucker. Maybe you don't got seven vertebrae in your neck. Maybe you don't got seven chakras. Maybe you're not a being of light. I don't fucking know, right? And then what's the electromagnetic spectrum, right? The seven electromagnetic spectrums, right? You got gamma ray, X-ray, ultraviolet ray, visible ray, infrared ray, microwave ray, and radio wave. Again, that's gamma, X-ray, ultraviolet, visible, infrared, microwave, and radio waves. This is all within you. These are all principles they've been using all around us the whole fucking time. The days of the week are structured in a way of our energies, right? But we, right? See, in what he's supposedly teaching, the day don't start on motherfucking Monday like ours does. It don't start on fucking Monday. And a bitch ain't working on Saturday. You know? Exactly. There's another one, Marco. Boom. See, Zach can't come over here and debate any of this shit. He can't. If it ain't got nothing to do with what he's teaching with his little low vibrational numbers and shit and decoding little stupid shit. He can't come over here and talk against none of this shit. This all facts. I don't never pull anything out of my ass unless I'm just hypothetically just talking. You know what I mean? These are all principles, man. You know, this is the Star of David. I mean, that star that is in the news right now. Okay, it is being used to manipulate you. That's what is being done, right? Because that star is a direction and it goes within you. This is why they fucking with us right now. Oh, he's on the thing. Oh, it's ironically right now that while this stuff is going on in Israel, that they're all coming after me. Oh, that's so ironic and crazy. Maybe he is a Fed. You know, there's a Fed, and there's a Fed, and there's a Fed. I don't know who's around me. So you guys can't have any wrenches, and I'm going to be suspicious and angry, but you could call in, and I'll say, yeah, I agree with that one. If not, I'll just cut you off. Man, fuck out of here. That's the Star of David. What you're seeing now, the Star of David represents the points up, down, west, east, south, north. That's all points of all directions. That's why they're doing this shit. Right? Because the 7th is in you, motherfucker. It's in you. You know, oh, July 7th, the 4th of July, Independence Day, and Independence Day, and Independence Day. Man, the 7th month of the motherfucking year. Think about that shit right now. How powerful the number 7 is in gematria, real gematria, not this shit that he's talking about, you know, not this shit that he's talking about, where this star has been used in ancient fucking times. You know, that's a fact. That's a factoid. It's been used in ancient times for good energy, for understanding energy. Nothing evil, right? D with a D, right? They're going to teach, you know, there's another one I want to stick up here too. I think it did load, but I think I could stick this up here. Let me see. Hold on. Is it this one? Okay, yeah, that might be the one. Oh, yeah, it is that one. We'll go back to the comments. Okay. This is English gematria. Notice how many letters there are, right? Because when you start studying, right, and researching, you'll see that English gematria is 22, right, to 24 letters, not 26. You know, 201, two buildings became zero, then became, well, how the fuck something gonna become zero? How the fuck two became zero and became one? That represents 2 to fuck 01. You forgot about the other fucking building that fell? No, 3 fell that became zero, that became one. That's how you would really say it, because 3 buildings fell. Yeah, you could say 11, but what does 11 represent? See, they're not going to tell you. He's not going to tell you what 11 represents. And me and Wise talked about this. Me was like, you know what? Either he is playing these people and he knows exactly what he's doing, or he's just fucking stupid. I'd feel more comfortable if it was the latter of the 2 that I said. I think he's just stupid. Because if he knowingly knows what he's doing, that's a huge problem. That's real bad. You know? Because if he actually is in this culture, then what he's doing actually fits to the T like a glove, like, you know, it ain't gonna be like OJ glove. That motherfucking glove fit, bitch. Pull it up like you're supposed to. You know? So he ain't gonna tell you the 11, what the 11 represents, right? Not gonna tell you where that comes from, why the 2 buildings were burning, right? Not gonna tell you that. How many World Trade Centers are there, motherfuckers? It's 7 World Trade Centers. Why is there 7 World Trade Centers? And this is for you, Richard Quinn. I get it. I get what you're saying, my brother. And you still gonna be my brother, but you can't come here with all these numbers thinking about, oh, it all fits, and not knowing the foundations of shit, right? There's 7 World Trade Center buildings. I already done told you the power of 7, right? I done told you the power of 7, right? That's light. That's the star, right? That's the star with you. That whole thing was to manipulate who? You. To take shit from you. To get inside you. To steal your energy to believe in something that star, right? That star that I was talking about, right? I'm just saying. I mean, it is what it is. Hold on one second. I got a text message. Hold on one second. Give me one second, guys. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. So, what was I talking about? Um, yeah, I was talking about 9/11. Okay, the building 11. Okay, 11. The seven. There's if you could look it up, Google. If y'all didn't know, there's 7 World Trade Center buildings, right? What are those? What are those 7? It's all. It's all. Yes, numbers matter, but not what the fuck is. Not what the fuck he. This is not. And if you ask him who's who. Okay, let's get to the foundation. Who's the cabal? Who is the cabal? Who is using this code? Where are they? And what code are they using? Oh, they're using your code. The exact code you got is the key to everything. That's what he makes it sound like. He wipes his ass with Nostradamus. Everybody should bow to him. This is the greatest work that exposes everything. Well, no, there's other people that are exposing way more shit than this. You know, news stories and deaths. Really? That's it? Really? But again, that star, right? Up, down, west, east, south, north, right? If you even go look at the towers, right? Go look at their you had the South Tower, the North Tower, the East, the West. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, if that it's there were 7 buildings, right? 2 were hit that burned and smoldered. You know what that represents? See, this shit that people don't know, right? That might have the Katoret, right? The Katoret, right? If you know what the Katoret is, a lot of people don't. It's the burning of incense, right? It's the burning of incense. And the Katoret, right? This will let you know, right? Because they burn 10 incense, and the 11th incense they burned is a pungent, nasty smell, right? Is a nasty smell. The rest of the smells are all sweet, right? They're sweet, but the last one is a pungent smell. All right. It's called Ketoret. Anybody go look this shit up? It's not hard. And I found this years ago when I was looking for incense. I came through some incense and I'm like, what the fuck kind of incense is this? And I was like, damn, this is dope. It was like in a spiritual store. And I'm like, damn, this is dope. I didn't even know this was like something that comes from the Kabbalah. I'm like, damn, this is pretty dope, pretty dope. But anyways, right? Um, the 11th spice, right? It was to what the 11th spice was to do was to create a stench, right? It's pretty wild because you have the first one is balsam, the second one is onycha, then galbanum and frankincense is number 4, myrrh is 5, cassia is 6, spikenard and saffron is that's 7 and 8, and then costus was 9. Aromatic bark was 10, and then the last one was cinnamon, or they used this other one. Um, they used this other one. I forgot what it was called. Um, I forgot what it was called, but it was a sweet scent before God. So when them buildings were burning, right? Remember, one was hit first, then the other one was hit before they came down. See, this is the real ritual. The real people are missing, right? You go look this shit up. You know, they're in control, right? Oh, it's just the people are in control, right? You know, the Jesuits and all this stuff. Well, they hide in religions. We already know that. All right, and it's about numbers coming from a number system, right? Well, when you know the real number system, now you can know what the fuck to look for. 7 buildings. The number 11. Okay, those 2 buildings right there. Okay. All right. There's a whole nother world of numbers, guys. All right. And these number systems go into astrotheology. Man, this shit gets so fucking deep. I ain't got enough time in the motherfucking day. You know? I ain't got enough time in the motherfucking day. But these are the real rituals, right? These are the real rituals, right? And this is a ritual. This is in their shit. Let me see if I can find it real quick in my notes. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I'll just read the shit to you, what it means. Exactly what it means, what they're talking about. And this got to do with the number 11, right? This comes from 1111, the power of 11, all right? And that's the Ketoret, right? Which is burning of 11 incense, right? They burn the 10th, and then the 11th is to offshoot it, right? Because 11 refers to the conveyance of the divine light, which transcends the limits of the world within the limits of the world. This is what the fuck they were doing, guys. This is what they were doing, not gematria and oh, the plane hit this and the plane hit that and it was this and this number was over here and over here. No, man, fuck all that. What was the ritual? Let's get to the point. I like to get to the point. That's why I'm good at shit, because I get to the point. And that's the good thing about understanding law. Get to the point with the facts, motherfucker. Fuck all the opinionated bullshit you talking about. Yeah, the video is 33 minutes long and it's 30 seconds and that this say no, bitch. Let's get to the basics of the shit. The video speaks for its motherfucking self. You see that shit right there? That's where he did that. That stops at this second. Fuck all the other shit. Point blank, period. So 11 refers to the conveyance of the divine light, which transcends the limits of the world within the limits of the world, right? The world was created with 10 utterance. 11 thus refers to the level above the limits of that set. Nevertheless, since it is a number which follows a sequence of 10, sequence to 10, we can understand that it refers to the fusion between the transcendent divine light and the framework of limited worldly existence. When you start getting into this, now your mind starts to open up. Holy shit, this is a spiritual warfare. You start going into a whole nother mindset. Fuck all this other shit. You know? I'm not talking about 12. I'm talking about 11. This ain't even got nothing to do with 12. This is 11. This don't even go to 12. So this is something totally different. This is a ritual within the Torah that they use. All right. And then you understand what happened on 9/11. You ain't see them buildings smoking like motherfucking incenses before they came down, and the dust. You ever seen incense burn? That shit looks like fucking dust. Come on, man. And these numbers correspond with, I mean, if you do the Hebrew gematria of myrrh, because, I mean, the shit is so fucking dope. It really is. It really is dope. You thought y'all was unlocking fucking doors with this shit that whatever's going on over there. I don't fucking know, but that's some dark shit. It's some darkness over there. Point blank period. When you come out that bitch, you see the fucking light. This is why Rambo couldn't. This is why Rambo was too. This is why when Rambo was on, oh, we're falling asleep. Rambo's so boring. I'm like, yo, this motherfucker's a genius. And you read the chat. Oh, come on already. Why we gotta have Rambo on every fucking day? We want to hear our God Zach rant and rave and talk shit so we can feel solidified in life. Man, get the fuck out of here. Rambo was dropping straight fucking jewels. And Rambo channel blew up so fucking fast. Zach was like, holy shit. All right, I got to beef with him now. Fuck out of here. You know? Fuck out of here. Get out of here with that dumb shit. So, yeah. So, you want to, you want to go 9/11 and, shout out to Richard Quinn, You want to connect numbers and all that. Let's go deeper. Let's go way left. Let me go way right. How about north, south, east, west, north, like news. Y'all motherfuckers don't even know what the news stands for. North, east, west, south. A travel of fucking energy. Hold on, guys. Hold on 1 second, guys. No, just hold on. I got a text real quick. Oh shit, it's from the spider. But okay, I'm back. Just moving out and about. Rambo channel is gone. Like I don't even know what happened to his channel. So yeah, God knows what happened. I don't know, but his channel is gone. We could say, I mean, it's gone. Could be a coincidence or it could be something behind that. Who knows? You know. So but yeah, so yeah, where was I? Yeah, it was called the Truth Codes. He was getting a lot of people were fucking with him, man. Like they were threatening him, all kind of shit. It was weird, man. I'm like, what? He ain't ever did nothing to anybody. Like it was weird, yo. Like it was weird, man. I don't know. Just like how, I don't know, man. There's some weirdos in this. There's some weirdos in that community, man, that do shit. Some total fucking with some weird motherfuckers, man. Definitely some weird motherfuckers. You know. So I don't know. It's on Patreon. Okay. But if he is on Patreon, that's good. But I don't know. I never heard Zach don't say nothing about it. He don't want nobody going. Zach's thinking like, if I'm charging however much I charge and he's charging, shit, I don't want my people to go over there because people can't already afford $1. So because I'm above everybody, they're broke. So if they go over there, I can't promote him. Shit. Maybe that's why. You know? Who knows? Yeah, but yeah, so the numbers, I was talking about number 11, the significant of number 11, right? Because today is 11/11, divine light, you know, divine light. because the world was created in 10 utterances. 11th thus refers to a level above the limits that set. You know, this is how powerful, things are. And we look at them, we're like, you know what? These are why they use numbers, because they're powerful. Makes you wonder, like, well, why are we being shown that this number means this and this means that and that means that? Nah, because they really don't. We can go to some other numbers. So, oh man, but but yeah. So, shout out to all you guys that are tuned to fuck in, and I know there's. Oh, you know what? I'll do this. There's the adversaries are just lurking all over the fucking place in here, you know, because they want to know, and they're not here trolling, so that just lets me know that they want to see, you can see for itself what was on display, what's been on display, it's been on display yesterday, days before, past, the character that these people love. If anybody wants to come and talk about it, there it is. Oh shit, damn it, I'll put the damn comment up there. I know you can't click the fucking screen, but it's in the chat. But you know, and again, it goes back to what I was saying. What I was saying in um the beginning about being an honorable human being. I did a video the other day about that. Being honorable. The principles of life. Teach that shit. He has no morals or principles of his own being. You know, this is why he's not sincere. This is why he's not righteous, because he don't have certain qualities that are just come along with being that kind of being. You know, he don't have those. That's why he can go on just fucking tirades and really no, just insults, talking shit, hypothetical things that have no factual basis, just assumptions and presumptions. Like a bitch in family court. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, wait, what? Because you're angry. Now I'm all bad. Like what? I'm all bad now. Okay, I'll eat that. It's all good. But this is what it is, man. You know what it is. So, but yeah. And there's something else I wanted to say about the numbers. Why you see these numbers? Because they're casting a spell. You know, it's more of a ritual spell casting than, how can I say it? Like the 33, like number 33. We always see that, and they're like, oh, 33, 33. Well, this equals 33, and this name equals 33, and all that's 33, and da 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 da. But you don't understand that. The number 33. Like it's like a sacred number. You know, a very sacred number. So it could be used as power. Simple. Oh, it's gematria. It's 33. I mean, fucking what they doing. Whether you're on the good side, the bad side, the other side, the left side, the number is out there. It's sorcery in itself. So if you take it and put it over here in the gematria community and attach death to it, what kind of energy you embodying? You know, what kind of fucking energy are you embodying? See, this is what he don't tell you. Lesser he don't know, right? Because the masses, masses of mankind are already deluded. They're blind, ignorant. We already are. So these shits are used to control, to cast, right? They're used. Once you expand your mind, you see shit like that. We could put, like, you know how many times we've put all this shit together? Like when there was 33 cases of the fucking magical fucking invisible disease, right? Every news source had it out there. Ain't fucking no gematria. What the fuck? Ain't no gematria to that shit. You could create it, yeah, but it wasn't about, oh, the numbers. Look at the 33. You know, I mean, this shit, this number goes into so many different things, man. You know, so many different things. So, and this is why another thing is, why ain't nobody? Why are you not using English gematria to decode the Bible? You can't fucking do it. You can't do it. You can't even go around that. You cannot use the English language, right? As you learn gematria from the, you can't fucking decipher and decode the fucking Bible with English gematria. Now, Hebrew gematria, oh, that's a whole different ball game. But you would have to translate the Bible back into Hebrew and then use Hebrew gematria. You can't do it the other way because the gematria value of gematria, the word is fucking zero. It's zero. Big fat zero. Exactly. Exactly. You know, 100% correct. So it's deep, man. So these numbers, they're in all different fucking factions. I mean, they're in, you know, Buddhism, Taoism, I mean. Um, you know, it's everywhere, man. You know, so many different things. They're using it as power, right? It's how you're receiving it, right? Because it can recede you to darkness. It can recede you to light. You know, my numbers are 369, so I see 33 sixes, 66s, 666, 333, 999 all fucking day long. I know I'm on the fucking right path. Y'all could think that shit is bad all y'all want. I know when I get a receipt, oh, 33, oh, 36, oh, this, oh shit, this is dope. You know, I already know. I already know. I already know. So, hold on one second. Crank that back on. So, yeah, you know, it's easy to show. I mean, it's not even hard to show at all. It's definitely easy to show. But people can believe what they want to believe. They gotta, you know, they got a right. They want to follow that over there. Let them, you know. So, but other than that, I mean, could talk all fucking day. But I think I pretty much, I mean, as far as you know, Zach and the Zachalites, you know, I mean, they'll find out sooner or later. I mean, y'all running around with no wrench now. Motherfuckers ain't got no wrench. Talking shit to me in the chat. You don't even got a leg to stand on in the fucking chat. You just like me. We all ain't got no fucking wrench. You know? You want to play, you know, they up there talking shit. Oh yeah, yeah. I can't even see your fucking comment because y'all I'm gonna see a white, you know. He done cast y'all the fuck out of his circle, you know, fast too. He was like, fuck y'all, you know. He just cast y'all away. Throw you right down in the little, just like he says, Will, you're beneath me. Well, what the fuck kind of measurements you using to tell somebody they beneath your ass? Like that shit is crazy to me. You know, that shit's crazy to me. Like when I want that's actually dishonor to yourself to say that to somebody. Like you think that there's anything good that can come out of saying some shit like that? Like you're beneath me, Will. So this like literally this is what he said. He says these type of things. You're beneath me, Will. Like under who? Like who? Like what? Like this is how this guy thinks. And look at the chat. I'm in the chat yesterday, like, look at these motherfuckers. They all talking shit and like you going crazy and irate in the fucking chat with the little fingers, you know, making no goddamn sense whatsoever. You know, it's crazy, man. You know, making no sense whatsoever, talking shit because Net Void sparked him and pissed him off, and she made a video, and you know, I knew his video was coming because ain't nobody else talking about him. I just showed y'all Gematria Sports that he wants y'all to stay the far fuck away from, who points out a lot of his bullshit, right? Ain't did a video in fucking 12 days. And then Fake Mike was 2 weeks ago. And then Cuts, he's been suspended for 2 weeks, I'm guessing. I don't know what's been going on there. But where'd all this come from all of a sudden? You know, plus people he know his following loves that type of shit because they have no guidance in themselves. They like drama. They like, you know, that type of they feel empowered because they have no power. They feel empowered by when he tears somebody down, they get empowered. What the fuck kind of energy is going on over there? When him and Rambo beefed, you should have saw the minute Rambo hung up. I saw people that used to praise Rambo immediately, like literally immediately were turned on Rambo too. People that used to promote Rambo and an instant turn, and they did that shit to me too. You know, they did that shit to me. They did that shit to me too. The minute Zach started talking shit, oh, he's a fan. Oh, I knew he was somebody. That guy. Oh, I knew. Oh my fucking god! If Zach would have said, "Oh yeah, right, it's the coolest guy," oh they would, "Oh yeah, he's the greatest." I love, you know, this is crazy. Like he got them like a wave. Like he could do whatever, and that's fucked up. You know. And all the people in the chat that talk and all that shit, motherfucker ain't never been seen before. How the fuck y'all? They ain't never been seen before. Y'all talking shit about me, and I've been out there with him more than any fucking body. But I'm the Fed though. But these motherfuckers ain't even never showed their face, never called in, always in the chat talking shit, ain't never been out no fucking where. You know? Exactly. What's good? Hey, it's Trey. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that's another thing. Exactly. And then I forgot to talk about that one. He tried it. Fake Mike asked him about that. He goes deflection, goes off on a rant. Listen, man, I'm white and black, okay? I've been around white folks and black folks my whole fucking life. I've been around racist white folks and been like and heard how they talk and this and that. But them motherfuckers never was mad, right? And I've been around a lot of white people that are just neutral in general. That shit is not on the tip of their tongue and they're not programmed to say that shit. That was Zach's answer. Well, you know how we're all programmed. How the fuck you programmed with the N-word? What the fuck is you talking about? Where the fuck did you grow up at? And I forgot he come from Seattle. Some weird shit go on up there. But I'm just saying, how the fuck do you justify that shit as programming? You literally said the shit's always on the tip of your fucking tongue. Go. There's a clips of that out there. Said it's always on the tip of my tongue. Like what? And he said it last night. You know, well, we're all, you know, we're programmed. You know, we're all programmed against my program. Like, what are you talking about? Like, seriously, what the fuck are you talking about? And that's why fake Mike fucking destroyed him. Just because you talk louder, you put people on mute, you dance in circles, you go on a fucking tirade. Anybody with a rational mind would have listened to that, would have been like, dude, what the fuck are you even talking about? Fake Mike kept it simple, calm, and plain. He was all emotional and going this and that and talking shit about Fake Mike and trying to degrade him and put him down because he had nothing else. And then he asked him, he's like, so when did Gematria switch over to English and who did it? It was a fucking, you could hear a fucking roach take a shit. It was so quiet. I was like, damn. I was like, got him, because he don't fucking know. And this is the king that can wipe his ass with Nostradamus and everybody else is beneath him because he's got the code and everything. You know? I mean, literally. And then, I mean, he literally made himself look really bad just because he talks a lot of shit. And he could, what the only thing he convinces is his people that follow him blindly. That's the only thing he convinces because he knows how to manipulate them by talking for hours about the same thing repeated. He knows the psychological tactics of repetitiveness, right? And keep going around. Then he know how to take you way left over here where you guys like the numbers. Remember when the Super Bowl, that's how, oh, yeah. All those little meetings, like, yeah, the Super Bowl. I remember I won. Yep, everything else he says is bull. Everything else anyone says is bullshit. Yep, I hear him now. He's very manipulative. That's why he can't manipulate me. He got to get me to fuck up off there in an instant because he can't manipulate me. You let me talk enough on his channel, I unravel all the bullshit real quick. I unravel it all real quick, and I can know how to talk to people and make them say, "Look, hey, it's right in front of you. It ain't my fault. It's the blind leaving the blind. You're asleep over there in that fucking community. It's sleep people over there. They just they just opened up their eyes. Oh man, what time is it? Oh, it's 5 o'clock. All right, go back to sleep. Oh well, the fucking house is on fire. All right, hit the snooze button. That's what he's got over there. And then they're counting fucking sheep in their sleep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 201 A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. English gematria does not have those fucking does not have that in it. Sorry. I don't know what fucking kind of gematria y'all doing, but it ain't gematria. Right? So this is what they're doing. But it is what it is, man. I mean, it is what it is. You know? So for him to sit there and call people out, I mean, and it's all on display. He let Cuts talk a lot because he can talk shit, get him flustered. He know he can make him angry. You know, Fake Mike couldn't really do much there. He had to cut him off, talk over him. Brings me on. Oh shit, I gotta go in the back room immediately. One time I was talking, trying to make a point. I'm like, what the fuck? I can't hear shit. And I look, it says backstage. I'm like, damn, he puts me in the backstage, because he think he gonna bring me on here and he's gonna manipulate me to talk about something. Bitch, man, I know your game. You can't manipulate me, motherfucker. I'm gonna talk about what I want to talk about. You know? Right. Fake Mike got muted every few seconds. So, um, hold on 1 second. So yeah, but they're all watching. They're all tuned in. It's only a few people talking. They're all tuned in. You know. Let me see. Let me see something. I don't. That's BS me. All right. Let me see something. Hold on 1 second. Oh man. Sorry guys, I'm making a text message real quick. All right.
Sorry about that. I'm back. Um. Uh, oh shit. That thing always do that. God damn it, I hate that. What's good, my brother? What's good, my brother? Shout out to the Wise Wake Up. It's 4. In case you missed it, somebody came dancing in the motherfucking dancing in the den, the wolves den, the wolves lion den. But yeah, yesterday, and we're just going over that, you know, unwarranted again. I said, like, I don't know. He just something deeply wrong. Uh, Something's deeply wrong with that guy over there. And it was on full display yet again yesterday. Even his mom, he was asked a question, right? Oh shit, it's 11:11 on 11:11. Literally asked, fake Mike asked uh him, he, wish his mom was dead. He said, I didn't say that. I don't wish that. I said, what I said was, the world be a better place without my mother here. Like, what? I'm like, wait, what? That is worse than wishing your mom is dead. Not only do you wish she was not here, but you said the world would be a better place if she's not. How the fuck do you justify that shit? That shit blows my mind, man. It really does. Like, how can you say that about your mother? The world will be a better place without your mom? Like, not even, I mean, wishing dead your mom is dead is bad enough, but you're wishing you said the world's a better place without her. Like, that's fucking, like, that's worse. I don't get that, man. You know? But it kind of, just a quick rundown. He kind of like tried to debate Fake Mike, and Fake Mike asked him some simple questions, and he went on 20-minute tirades. And I came on there, he didn't let me talk at all. And then Cuts went on there. He let Cuts. He let Cuts talk. But yeah, you just got to check it out. But he's lurking, and his people are lurking around here. And I was just giving people the real shit, coming from the soul, because it's Shabbat, so it's the time the soul speaks, because we're at rest today, right? You want to be in gematria. I was teaching the people about the number 11, the number 7, real gematria that comes from, the where he says his comes from, but it don't match up. And I just showed him, the English gematria itself, the value equals fucking 0, right? It just does. So that tells you a lot. I mean, 0 isn't even a fucking number. He's always 201. 2 became 0, became 1. 2 buildings on 9/11 became 0 and became 1. No, the fuck it didn't. 3 buildings fell on 9/11. There were 7 World Trade Centers. The 2 that were standing fell. They were burning, right? First one burnt, then they burnt the last one, right? And I know you know about this because I think we talked about this before. But the 11 signified the what you call it, the burning of the incense, right? And I'll just read it right quick. Hold on. So I was just talking about a lot of that shit, but I was doing some of your deep dives. So it was the Ketoret, right? And I think we talked about the Torah. So this is the Ketoret, right? And this is a part of a ritual, right? And we've seen this ritual multiple times. So, um, fucking spider. How the hell is there a spider? But anyways, you know, um, like I said, I mean, I've been done with this guy, but when people messaging me, call me, let me know, I check it out, and I'm like, really, like, still, like, what? Like, why? Nobody's even worried about anything over there, Like, you just keep doing it, just like the first time. Like, you keep doing it, like, you won't apologize. We can't come to any kind of conclusion with this guy. He just wants to keep stirring up shit. And like I said, I got a lot of videos ready to fucking go. I was like, I don't even need to post them because I don't feel like giving this shit energy because it's dark energy over there. And so like I told him, there's 8 people that I talked to that have been in that community that really went through some shit. And once they got out, their life got better. But when they came into it, it was like, good. And then it went in shambles, like weird because, they incorporated numbers in their life. And I'm like, yo, I don't really do the numbers. You know what I'm saying? I don't really do the fucking numbers. So, the people, they talk about the number. I'll be literally in conversation with someone and they start going to the numbers and equal this and that. And, I got pulled over and the number, and it was at this time, like, yo, like, you gonna go crazy thinking like that. Like, no, man. So there you go. There's one. Boom. Bad energy. It's full of bad energy. The guy's full of bad energy. And like I said, it's either deliberate or he's just, there's something wrong, you know? And all how you gonna debate somebody? You said, oh, I want to debate. Fake Mike calls in debate. You go on rants and insults. You didn't let him talk. You didn't let him make points. You wouldn't even let him finish a sentence. That's not a debate. Like the emotions and energy of this guy, you know. Oh yeah, you already know. Shit, you already know. All right.
Yo, peace, peace, kid.
Can y'all hear us both?
What's up?
Let me see if they can hear first, because it's a different
Okay,
phone.
okay.
Y'all can hear us? Give us a thumbs up real quick. I know it's kind of delayed, but let's see if we get some thumbs up. Because
Hmm.
okay, they can hear us. What's
Hey,
good, my brother?
what's going on, man? Yeah, I've been listening actually, but I signed in, so but I was kind of moving around, so I was like, you know what? Let me jump on, kick it with yeah, right for a minute.
You already
Yeah,
know.
but
Let me
I've
take
been
this.
busy, you know that, man. I've been moving
Yeah,
around,
yeah.
so I've been laying low and doing things. So I've been on my
Likewise.
yeah, man. Like
Likewise.
like like we don't got time for this stuff, man. So much crazy stuff going on. Um,
Right.
it's amazing that we back down this path after what, like 3 weeks ago? What was this, like 2 weeks ago
Yeah, it was it,
when
it
we
was a it was like literally it was like and that's the thing I said. I'm like, I seen the video. I'm like, okay, he got faces
mm,
up there. I went to their channels, cuts. He just came back from suspension. Fake Mike did a video 12 days ago. This sports gematria guy did a video a long time ago too. So I'm like, okay, what warranted it?
mhm,
This is
yeah.
there's something wrong here. You
So
know.
let me say this too, just to keep things simple, man. Like people have to get back to the basics, right? Like whether you want to get into magic and sorcery and necromic magic or hydromantic magic. I mean, I can go into so many different types. Um, there's Western and then there's Eastern. Okay.
Hmm.
Right. There's Western philosophy, Western mysticism, Western occult knowledge, and then there's Eastern occult or Eastern knowledge, right, or philosophy, right? That's just how it always been, right? Um, Gematria, first of all, and I don't say this again. I think you guys may have heard those who rap with me. This may sound redundant to those that may be new. Gematria is based off of Hebrew, and you did this
Exactly.
year, right? You talked about this, and Hebrew goes back to Assyria and Babylon. I mean, that's just facts. Okay. Hebrew so it's Babylonian language. I mean, if you really want to keep it simple, Assyrian Babylonian language. Um, Hebrew has to be written. Many few can actually speak it, but what makes Hebrew powerful is how it's written. So when you start getting into gematria, which comes from, you know, Ashkenazi uh, Kabbalistic principles, and I'm not going to get into the deeper stuff like we did before, but this is what I'll say. it has to be reversed back to Hebrew in order for it to be legit. Okay, because of the mystical powers behind the words and the numbers and all that. There's a reason why when this guy or these guys that do this, they're only using the English language, because you have to have a certain magical skill level, as I mentioned in my channel, to be able to decode it back to Hebrew. And if you decode it back to Hebrew, the numbers wouldn't match up. So like yeah, right mentioned, I think yeah, right, you mentioned uh like 201. But let me give you a little bit of a tip. In Hebrew mysticism, zero don't exist. Zero is not a number reserved
Exactly.
for man. It's not a number reserved for man to even use, and because that's reserved for the divine. But here's another fact: the number one is a curse. It's not good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
And then number two, the number two, right? The number two is not the number two you think, where you think, 1, 2. The number two is actually 1 and 1. So it's division. So the number two is division.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this stuff goes deep when you start getting into their Hebrew. But here's what
It
I'm going to
does.
say.
It
Now,
does.
mhm,
You know what? It does because when you, like you said, two equals 1 and 1, which that also is 11,
it's your
right?
11. Hmm.
So this is what they don't know and
Hmm.
what they're dealing. I mean, this shit goes. You already know. This shit
Yeah.
goes so
And
deep.
and here's what people have to understand. This is from their perspective, their Shabbat, their
Right.
demiurge, their Saturn. We refer to it as celestial influences. This is their influence. And when I say they, I'm going to keep it real with you. This is Jewish mysticism. So it is coming from a Jewish mystic Western perspective. It is not the perspective of the general whole. So when you start to read other cultures or learn Eastern philosophy, you'll realize that that Nazi symbol that they told you was evil is not really
Mhm.
evil. That
Right.
666 that they told you that was Satan based off of Western theology, it's not
Mhm.
doesn't really mean Satan. See,
Even the
like you
even the
think.
star even the Star of David. That's not evil.
It's not
What's
evil. See
right?
what they did was they hijacked the culture. I'm gonna keep it real with you. They hijacked the culture, right? Created a mystic theology for themselves or for their race or for their group, and they have fixed it. They have fixed their understanding of the cosmos into those numbers, into those systems. Like for example, right? They believe that there are certain intelligencies that rules the planets. So when you get into the concept of these 72 demons or these 72 spirits, well,
Mhm.
in Western philosophy, they may call it demons.
Right.
Some Eastern philosophy would call it daemons.
Hmm.
Some other cultures will look at them and say they're just guardian angels. So the
Yeah.
demonization of these numbers, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. Here's where it gets really goofy with this Western Jewish mysticism. The Jewish mysticism revolves around the influences of Saturn. This is how they hijack the symbol, but affixed energy into it, right? Which comes
Mm-hmm.
from incantations and magical formulas and all these other stuff that I'm not going to get into. So
Uh-oh. I
Saturn is
think it
known for is for people
is
who know
is it
numerology.
me or his mic keep cutting out, guys?
Is it my mic maybe?
Let me know.
Yeah, sorry guys.
I
Let's
think
see.
his
Hopefully,
mic cut out. I think
check
your
check.
mic cut out.
Okay, let me
No,
let
it's
me go a
bad.
little
It's
slower.
bad.
So
It's bad.
Saturn and its influences, whether it's elements, whether it's numbers, whether it's colors, whether it's shapes, all these things relate. Saturn is known for having a somber, dark, this is your Halloween, right? These concepts, right? Having a very somber, melancholy spirit. This culture, this mysticism takes highly on what we refer to as that Shabbat, as you was mentioning, the children of
Hmm.
Saturn or the children of Sat.
Right.
It is no coincidence that what they do promulgate negative things. Everything is negative. If you see a number, it's bad. If you read a story, it's decoded to be something evil, not to
Hmm.
mention the database that they're getting from people. But the
Right.
concept of this particular system is to project a Jewish perspective. Now, is that your perspective? That's what people need to determine. I'm not going to get into whether gematria is bad or good. I just said be careful, but ask you, if you're learning a magical system, who are you learning it from, and from whose perspective? Is it the black perspective? Is it the
Right.
Asian perspective? Is it the Japanese perspective? Is it the
The
German or
American
the
perspective.
American perspective? Gematria is based off of Hebrew, Babylonian, Talmudic, Jewish perspective. Period.
Mhm.
And if you're
Yep.
okay with that, cool. But don't come to me and tell me that I have to agree with that number when it comes from a perspective of a Babylonian source.
Hmm.
I wouldn't trust. I would urge all your listeners. I wouldn't trust anything. I would be very cautious with anything, whether it's magical systems that come out of Assyria or Babylon. Because isn't that what we talk about? Don't we always mention Babylon and
Right.
Ashkenazis and all these witchcraft and sorcery, right?
Right.
So I would be very skeptical with any number when it comes from that particular region of the world. If you really want to balance yourself out, take um, the Jewish Sephiroth or the Jewish scales, or the scales of nine. You know, these different things for people who know. When I mention the scales of nines or the scales of four, and compare them to the scales of Ma'at.
Hmm.
See, and when you study Jewish mysticism and a lot of Western occult magic, like people like Manly P. Hall, if you notice, a lot of them don't really give that much credit to Eastern philosophy for their knowledge. Why
Exactly.
is that? You talk about
Well,
Manly P. Hall, but Manly P. Hall is a Western occultist.
exactly.
Let's
That's
talk
the
about some
thing.
East. Yeah,
The,
it's biased.
the foundation of what he talks about says he says Manly P. Hall. I just got done showing them that when you just hit Google search Manly P. Hall, you end up with you know, Manly P. Hall's Secret of Teaching of All Ages in the fucking in the uh CIA library, CIA.gov. I mean .gov,
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm.
So I mean, you got to ask yourself, and you know his background. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, so
See,
what is really going on?
and a deeper thing too, and we have to do you know what we should do one day, dude? We should do like a magical night session where we just talk. You all want to talk magic? We can talk magic. Y'all want to talk power behind numbers and animals and get into the
Right,
horoscope. I mean, you really want to have a session on that? We can have a session on
right.
that. I always stay away from it because
Right.
you got a
Remember,
lot of you got a lot of
spirit animals. You know,
yeah,
you
and you
got
got a lot of
spirit animals.
yeah,
You
and you
got
got a
all
lot of
kinds of
fools out here. You got a lot of
stuff.
fools out here who would take that knowledge and then they'd go in their basements and try to mix up something. See, that's why I got to be careful for. And you have to be careful that you got a lot of people out here, whether it's looking for gambling or money or looking to get that girl that they didn't get in high school. They'll take what we say and go in the basement and start dabbling and try to see if they can conjure up something, or
Right,
see if they can
and
grab some.
that
Yeah,
should backfire on their ass, and then they'll be like, "Oh my god!" And
yeah,
some crazy shit done happen, you know, because
exactly,
this magic, I mean, it's very real. We talk about it
exactly.
with each other all the time, but to come out here and talk about it, somebody that's not, spiritually grounded or morally and sound, they gonna take that shit and you know,
Hmm.
it's like when you learn the law, you don't go posting all this shit on the fucking internet because they're gonna go fuck it up and use it for nefarious shit to try to get over and like try to cheat. You can't do shit like that.
Right. I mean, and like I said, in Jewish mysticism, they have this concept where they look at these they refer to as hierarchies, and in this hierarchy, they do believe that the four tribes of Israel's or the tribes of Israel is in that hierarchy, and obviously according to their religious dogma, a lot of you aren't written in the tribes of Israel. A lot of you are just Gentiles. I'm just keeping it real. This is magic that if you have hierarchies, angels, celestials, animals, minerals, elements, and we can keep, then you have your colors and your shapes and all these different spheres. Well, in that hierarchy, there's the tribes of Israel that's written in their Hebrew mysticism. And in their books, if you're not written in that tribe, then you're kind of are looked at as being a lesser
Right.
species, so to speak. So
Right.
does that make it true? No. But according to them, from their perspective, they believe it's true.
Right.
I don't.
It's like it's like tribes, like
Yeah.
you have tribal regalia, right? You have
Hmm.
things that are sacred to your tribe beliefs and understanding. If you if somebody grabs what you have for your understanding and takes it, they're gonna
Hmm.
be like, "What the fuck?" Like, there's gonna be some repercussions behind that spiritually and in the physical
Exactly.
because you're taking their, knowledge, understanding, their ritual per se, right, with those things, and you using them now for yourself.
Now,
It don't work. It don't work like that.
exactly. And check the even more bias. Check the extreme bias of these philosophers, occultists from their perspective. Their perspective says you may have all these different languages: English, Arabic, Sumerian, Egyptian, hieroglyphics, etc. They believe that the Hebrew language is the closest language to summoning spirits, or
Right,
because it was the official language. This is
right,
their logic. It was the
right,
official language chosen by God.
right.
So gematria is based off the Kabbalah, which is based off the Hebrew culture, or that mystic language. They believe that if you write the word A, like English, or alphabet, or the Aleph, or the Alpha A, that because you wrote it in like the English A, or the German A, or the Egyptian A, that it just doesn't quite have that same type of type of
Hmm.
power unless it's written in Hebrew.
Right. And the thing about it, a rabbi that teaches Hebrew gematria tells you that. Like, you can't even do this shit in English. It don't
It's a
work.
perversion to them.
Right.
If you take, let's just say, Satan, and you say Satan equals 666 in your little calculators, whatever, right? Well, according to true or J matria, that is that is completely retarded.
Right.
All due respect, because like I said, the word Satan, for example, has to be decoded, quote unquote, back to Hebrew. And when you do it in Hebrew, then it'll give you a different set of numbers that is accurate to its influence in the universe. So what you decoding, I don't even know what you want to call what they're doing. I don't know. I
I,
think there's
I,
mumbo
I,
jumbo to
I,
me.
yeah.
Mumbo jumbo.
I don't.
And I'm
I don't.
and let me give a disclaimer here now, and I'll be done. Yeah, right. I appreciate you letting me on your
Yeah.
channel
Yeah.
here.
No doubt. No
Um,
doubt. Always. Always.
this information I'm sharing with you is not from Wise, it's not from Yeah Right. This is from
That's
books
another
going back to the
disclaimer that.
1400s.
Right. This is another disclaimer that that goes out for me too. People think that I come up here and make this shit the fuck up. All this shit comes from research, study. It's not new. The shit is old, and people, all they got to do is verify it from the sun. And some people did. Shout out to Amy. Amy cracked her code. She did. But like I said, man, when y'all caught and Richard Quinn, and when y'all caught
Mhm.
up in this religious belief of gematria, it's hard to get out now because y'all done
Yeah.
did so much work. You're like, how can this be?
How can
You
this
know,
be? Right.
the same way how we were all trapped in the world at once and woke the fuck up. That's how,
I
you
mean, at the
know?
end of the day, it's religion. At the end of the day, I don't care how you want to, think it's some type of, I'm not trying to be a fool, but I would rather you guys learn, trigonometry, because at least trigonometry is not based on religion. It's based on science
or
and
or
just
or even like
formulas and expressions.
or even numerology, because
Yeah,
numerology can actually
exactly.
bring you good in your life. Yeah, you could see the numbers, like I was talking about the numbers that they use, like 33 and
Yeah.
number 11. What they don't realize is they're putting these numbers out, and the number is signified for whatever, from whatever belief is instilled into
Hmm.
you. If you don't know what it means, you're just reading the fucking news. If you're a little bit awake and you've been thought that, oh, that's an evil number, what about if you know that's a good number?
Right.
Pay
Right.
attention to this
Right.
story. It could lead you to, something else. And they say, oh, we connected it here, we connected it here. How many
Hmm.
years? How many years we've been connecting shit without numbers?
Yeah. Yeah. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I got a book here. Let me see if I can find something about about this Babylonian stuff here. And yeah, right. I'll share this with you personally. I wouldn't dare share this publicly because of, like I said, I understand how foolish people are.
Yeah.
But let me see if I got something here.
And what
Um,
we mean by foolish is just
when people put in, it might spark some kind of light, and you're like, wow, that makes sense. And then you go try to use this for your life, and you do the shit, and it doesn't turn out well.
Yeah.
Then it's like, well, we put the information out there, so it kind of like, stuff like that. I feel bad, if something was to happen to somebody, and I put that kind of, like, damn, well, look, I ain't mean for you to go use that shit, because it comes with a lot of,
Hmm.
different attachments to it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to see if I can find it, man. Hopefully I can get it. I don't want to waste too much time looking through here, but I got so many books, dude. And they're old books. I'll keep it real old books. But basically, it'll tell you. Man, I can't find it right now. But basically, it tells you why these Jewish mystics, why they like Hebrew so much, and why they dislike other types of alphabets, right? Whether it be Egyptian.
Mhm.
And when you get into that, they're able to use Hebrew according to their logic to draw out these powers out of these numbers, which which is to figure out the name and the influences of their deities, basically.
Right. Because
And
there's a thing. I got a lot of Freemason literature, right?
yeah,
Because
yeah,
I used to go to a lot of estate sales, and anything I saw Masonic, I would buy it because there's a lot of knowledge in there. So
mm,
one thing I have is the sample code of English gematria by a Freemason. Now, they have the letter A as one, B is two, C is three, D is
mhm,
four, E is five, F is six, G is
mhm,
seven, H is eight, I and J is nine, K is 10, L is 11,
mhm,
M is 12, N is 13, O is 14, P is 15, Q is 16, R is
right,
17, right? S is
right.
18, and then it keeps going all the way up to 24.
Well, but that's like I said.
How many letters in the alphabet?
So let me. All right, I shouldn't be doing this, and we have to have a session on this. But let me do this real quick.
No, no, wait, wait. Like, I want somebody
Oh, sorry, you was asking a
to
question. My
answer
bad.
in the chat. Like, okay, um, uh, somebody in the chat, right? How many letters are in the alphabet? It's 26. So
Mhm.
why is there only 24 in English gematria, but you've been told it goes to 26? The numbers repeat. This is from a Freemason, right? Which Manly P. Hall was. So it makes you wonder, what the fuck kind of information did he put out that is on this at the end, that's when you Google it, straight goes to the CIA, right? You
Yeah,
gotta ask
yeah.
yourself these questions, right? And it has Pigpen cipher. You've heard of Pigpen cipher before, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
That's Masonic talk, Pigpen cipher. I learned a lot of this shit in law, dealing with law too. So I mean, this is English gematria from the Freemason gematria codes.
Yeah.
This is what it is. It is what it is. So what kind of gematria are they doing?
I don't. Yeah.
You know?
I mean, and I'm just telling you, their mm, Sephiroth Kabbalah's logic, the number three, the number three that we write on a piece of paper, three. Numerically, three is one, right? Three is not three. And I'll use this as some little bit of information here. Yeah, right. Um, it says, um, let's do. Let me just read this here real quick. So two, we talked about two as being a evil number according to their systems. Two is a very evil number, but they'll tell you that it means something else. But in their book, it is bad. Uh, as you know, two is also connected to Juno.
Right.
Hence, the Greeks use Juno or the scales of Juno or the scales of justice, right? So we have two, so it's weighed against you. So it looked at as being some in
Right.
some Jewish mystic taboo.
Right.
Uh,
Jew is like,
yeah,
the,
uh,
okay,
three
go ahead.
three is what we refer to as an uncomposed number, right? It's a sacred number, right? It's the number of perfection because in reality, three is the unity. That's your Trinity, right? Your
Hmm.
Trinity. So
Right.
when man and his soul and his spirit, right, is a representation of the source, when they become united, they now become one. So three becomes your one. I mean, this is
Mhm.
great. This is the mysteries of transmutation I'm talking about. I mean, people who these people who study Jewish mysticism and they understand alchemy and transmutation, they know that. But
Right.
what they give you and what they give us is the bull crap, because they don't want you to know the true meanings behind this information,
Right.
because they themselves, uh, they could be put to death.
Right.
Trust me, Talmudic Babylonian witchcraft, they could be put to death for giving I don't want to say the word Gentile for lack of a better word, but giving the uninitiated this type of knowledge. So this is why gematria, they never can translate it back to Hebrew. Because if
Right.
they did translate it back to Hebrew, you know how much power you would have? You know how much, if you knew phonetically how to pull let's just hypothetically say, if you were able to pull the energy from the sun in your own personal life, if you were able to use the sun or the moon to inspire something in your life, but you can decode it back to original Hebrew or whatever tongue they tell you, do you know what you would be able to do with that power? You'll be able to probably fix the world, probably
Right.
fix the things that's going on in your life.
Right.
You see?
And
So the trick is not to tell you this stuff, is to give you the twisted, perverted
right.
information.
And
So
another thing is, like you said about reducing the number, like you said, number three, like how you said that. Well, what people don't realize is they do this in the news all the time. That's why the numbers change. What they're doing is actually changing energies through their news sources that they're pitching to everybody. Yeah, some of us we pick it up, but the masses, they don't know what's going on.
yeah, I
This
mean,
is cross confusion. This is sending energies and information ways. I mean,
yeah,
they're so advanced, right? Through technology and manipulation that the tactics that they're using are
hmm,
mixing the words with the numbers and then moving all this new energy, because it's new energy. Like, people are
yeah,
waking up, right? Their
yeah,
perceptions are heightened. They know this, so they have to do all these different things to keep us in a state of confusion, in a state of darkness, keep
hmm,
manipulating us, and unbeknownst to us, whatever else that energy does that we don't even know about. This shit goes deeper than we
and
can
that's
even
why I said
explain.
I just don't understand the logic. Like if I'm talking to you, and I get on here and I say, yo, yeah, right. Today I woke up, and I was gonna eat an apple. But I don't like eating apples because apples are evil. They're horrible. They're sinful. Red is a lower chakra, so therefore I don't eat anything that's red. Would you agree with that?
Hell no.
Exactly. You say,
Right,
okay, well, wise, that's your perspective. But when I eat an apple, it helps me. It gives me energy. It gives me, fiber, whatever, all the different things that come with eating an apple, right? So this is the same concept when you listen to any type of numerology or philosophy or mysticism, whatever you want to call it, is okay. From what perspective are we talking about? We're talking about according to Jewish thought.
right,
Jewish thought says that this is what that number means. Do you agree with that? I don't, because I don't agree with Jewish thought. I'm sorry, I just don't. I don't agree with Jewish mystic thought. It's one of many different thoughts that I would listen to, I would read, I have books on, and I admire and enjoy, the entertainment. That does not mean I have to actually believe it or practice it. So people who are actually doing it, it leads me to believe that they actually do. They're help facilitating the push of this occultic philosophy, which maybe to them 666 do summon a demon, but
right,
but 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 I can use 666 to destroy your demon. You
right.
feel me?
They're using 666 to summon the demon in that person that believes it's a demon. But yet, people like us, we see that as, okay. Well, this is some kind of something that's alerting our awareness and understanding of some angelic energy. I mean, we
Yeah,
know that, you know.
yeah,
But these
yeah.
people, they run from it. Oh, it's the beast. It's this. It's that. Well, do you even know what the beast is?
Yeah,
You,
right. That's
you
what I said. I'm coming from a position of just information and knowledge. I'm not coming from a
right,
position of this guy is horrible or this guy is right. I mean, if people
right,
knew and took the time to read. See, the problem is people don't read; they just want to be fed. See, it's
right,
like America, right? You just want to sit back and be fed. You don't want to take the time out
right,
and go get a book and read the stuff. If you knew that these very same numbers, no different than the shapes, they also govern your body. So, like for example, you mentioned like Aries, right? Like Aries rule your head. Everybody, if you know numerology, you would know that Aries rules the head. You would know
Right.
that the Taurus, right? If any Taurus is out there, Taurus rules your neck and your shoulder area. So the
Okay.
body is the seven spheres. And so, we start getting into
Yeah.
zodiac and the planets. And so your
Right.
body going all the way down to your feet,
That's
right?
right.
Did you know what, we talk about chakras in your groin area. Do you know what area of your body that Saturn actually controls? That they believe in their Jewish mysticism that the spirit of Saturn, what it controls. And you can have certain, I hate to use the word gods, go at war with each other. So I can put your mind at war with your heart. Now think about this year, right?
Yeah.
Talk about the vaccine stuff. It causes blood clots, right? But it also causes heart attacks. And not only was it causing cardiac arrest, they're trying to hit the blood brain barrier. So what are they doing? They're putting what? They putting the Taurus at war with the Aries. Now, what is the number of Aries and the Taurus? You have to figure that out, my numerical numerology people. So could you find a cure to yourself? Could you be able to help yourself if you understand how they're using this magic against you? What area controls the heart? You know, I told you right now, if this guy knows what he's doing, we are living in the age of Saturn and Mars. This is where discord and war come in at. Saturn and Mars, for those who know numerology, who's listening to me, know that Saturn and Mars don't get along. They do not. If Mars and Saturn was to align, there's some bad times coming. So you can have people out here drawing off this energy of discord, beef, drama, and you wondering where it's coming from. This guy is pulling the spirit of Mars and Saturn into discord, which is why all this beef and drama is kicking off lately. And what we're trying to do is just educate people and reach people at their higher consciousness and tell them to wake up and go read and learn for yourself. Seek ye first the kingdom of God.
Yeah.
But
Just you gotta
instead,
have
we got beef
you
and
gotta have
drama and call, yeah.
gotta have a foundation in your own being before you could even do any damn thing.
Before you can do anything, the hands of the initiate, the hands of the magician has to be clean before he touch any type of work. Because if you
Right.
touch the work with dirty hands, you defile the work. You perverted the
Yeah.
science before you even begin to use it with dirty hands, with a dirty mind, with a dirty heart, with an unkept spirit.
Yeah.
Now think about that,
Exactly.
and I'm gonna fall back.
Exactly.
See? All
Yeah.
right, my brother. Look, hey, I appreciate you, man. I love you, man. I talked to you in a little bit. I've been busy, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna be free
Same
for a
here.
while. So,
Same here.
uh,
I've been busy, but it's all good. I think
okay.
Richard wants to talk something. I don't know, but
In your session here.
yeah, Richard.
Okay, I'll stick a little bit longer, just maybe a couple more minutes.
Yeah, I only got a few more minutes too, but let me see what he wants to say. Something. Let me post it in the chat real quick
Okay.
and see what he's got to say. Because it's a rundown. Is he says the work speaks for itself, but I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, let's just hear it. But
But like I said, it's coming from whose
Richard's a good
perspective,
dude.
right?
He's a good dude. I met him before. It's just like I said. I mean, it's like anything that you believe in is hard to come out of. You know.
Mm. But the
So
question is, from whose eyes are you viewing the world? Perception of reality. Who are you perceiving the world, and what eyes are you using? Are you using your eyes? Are you using, mainstream media? Are you using the eyes of a certain culture, a certain racial perspective? I mean, this guy was calling us called well, I don't want to say us because I don't identify with that, but he said monkey. He said monkey. And I got a video up right now asking you guys, should I even forgive this guy as a quote unquote black person?
well, he
He
was
said
asked
no.
last night again. Will debated him last night. He was like, "Well, why do you call people monkeys?" And used the c word. He was like, "Well, basically he said he was programmed like everybody else. We were all programmed to have things put into us, and I'm like, that was his answer, that he's programmed, and
Well,
that's in his mind. So
maybe it's coincidence, but coincidentally, those who study gematria and those who know that where gematria comes from, going back to Hebrew, Babylon, Assyria, right? and the Talmudic will probably agree with that. We'll say, yeah, anybody that is not written in the 12 tribes, are either Gentiles or we look at them as
Right.
animals. I
Right.
mean, that's just facts in their books, not me. So his perspective could be, all the numbers line up to point that if you're not like me, or if you don't look like me, or if you're not, uh, you know,
And that's like you're saying, like another thing. We don't know his background. That
right.
would really solidify everything. What is his background belief truly? Like we
I
don't
mean,
really know.
I study Jewish mysticism. I study Egyptian mysticism. I study German mysticism. I study West African mysticism. I mean, Chinese, Buddhist, and what perspective are we talking about here? Right? Everything that this conversation has been about for the last several months or weeks that I've been, somewhere indirectly involved in this drama, we're debating about is what Jewish philosophy. And
Right.
I'm just telling people, like, how many of you guys know Eastern philosophy? Can we talk about yin and yang? Or do you guys want to always talk about the Kabbalah and the Sephiroth and the 72 demons? Can we talk about the scales of Ma'at? Or do you guys want to talk about the scales of Juno? Right? There's more going on in the world than just gematria from a Jewish mystic perspective. That is very, let's keep it real, is very superiority. The
Right.
Jewish mysticism is a very superiority complex. They believe that there's no other greater language in the world other than Hebrew, and Hebrew can rival Aramaic. It can be as equal as
Arabic.
Aramaic,
Yeah.
Arabic,
Right.
Sumerian, hieroglyphics, uh,
Right.
cuneiform.
Ancient,
Going back to cuneiform, yeah,
ancient, ancient Chinese writing. All that.
ancient Chinese. So before there was a Babylonian priests got their knowledge from Egypt and Lemuria and Atlantean. If you really want to get into Atlantean sorcery, so
Right.
Babylon took that information, whether it's from Timbuktu or ancient facilities like Plato and Herodotus and all these Greek philosophers and Roman philosophers, and some of them did it for good. Some of them said, "Hey, look, let's keep it pure." Like Hermes Trismegistus. Let's keep this knowledge pure and let's keep this knowledge universal. And then some
Right.
cultures and some races of people took the knowledge and said, let's apply a racial a group of people attached to it, and say that anybody else who's not of that race can't draw the power out of that energy because it's attached to a group of people. And
Right.
that group of people, I hate to say it, folks, that group of people is of the Babylonian tribe. I'll let you figure out the rest.
Right. All right. Richard's here. Let's see what. All right. Let's go. You there? You there?
Hey,
Yeah,
Rich.
I'm there.
You got to turn off something.
Do
Got an
what?
echo. Got an echo.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but
I hear
we
you.
got a major echo.
You got
Well,
mute the,
I
mute
don't
the
know what it
video.
is then.
Mute the
We're not
video.
gonna be able to hear you.
Yeah, he
One
has
moment.
two videos up at the same time.
You got another video on?
Another tab.
No. Is it better now?
Let's see. Yeah. No, it's still here.
I
can
just
hear
closed the
myself.
tab. I just closed YouTube on my tab on the phone. I heard you echoing the other day too, so I don't know what it is.
All right. Let me see. No, it's still an echo.
We might as well have to run with it, huh?
No, I'm not gonna sit here and echo. You know.
Well, yeah, the echo.
I can try to.
You're not echoing, but we are.
I don't hear no echoing on my end, so.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's an echo.
Well, he can say what he has to say. We just don't have to talk. We can just listen, so we don't echo.
Well, right now, I'm trying to get my mind cleared because there's people like Cuts and Pale Horse Rider talking mad shit in the comments, and
Well,
I'm
it
really
comes
not too
along.
happy about it.
Well, this comes along with control. Gotta control.
I just don't like people saying shit when it's not even the truth. Talking about I'm bonded to Zach and stuff like that when nobody's been in more arguments with him ever than I have. And I come back because the stuff I show is true. I don't care about all the stuff you study, and I respect your intelligence wise. I've been listening the last 10 minutes. I respect all the knowledge you have, but the fact is, ritualistic people do use numbers and to deceive the public.
Oh,
And I prove that
absolutely.
every day.
Absolutely. Like I said, I'm not here to say I'll be for fool to get here to say that numbers don't have I mean, that runs the universe. I wouldn't dare say that. What I'm saying is um from the perspective of who are we talking about here, right? You know.
Well, I just look at it as government, celebrity in your world of athlete.
Yeah,
I don't
and it's
get. I don't care where the root is. The root is secret societies to me.
well, and that's that's understandable. I'm not here to critique people who choose to use it, or and I don't want to construe that. All I'm saying is it is Babylonian, and if you are a religious person, maybe you are, maybe you aren't. Then you understand that Babylonian was known for a lot of treachery and deceit. There's a group of people called the tribe of Danite or the Danite tribe, which is considered to be one of the tribes of Israel, who also was very known in Gematria. Uh, According to religious books like Christianity, they were written out of the tribe, written out of the New Testament, written out of the Book of Revelations, because of their wicked lies that they gave to mankind, telling you to go left when you should be going right, telling you that that means this when it really means that, and we're just victims. I hate to say it, we're all just victims, Rich, and I don't condone, whether it's Cuts or anybody else. I think we all have been misled. I've been misled to some extent, and I think we're entering a age of the world where people are realizing that I've been fooled, and when people take a self accountability, then we can truly better ourselves. And that's how I'm trying to tell people is just recognize what you're doing, know it, and don't expect anybody to teach it to you, or you will be misled.
I can agree with all that, Wise. I can agree with all that.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I just I see people discrediting gematria, and I'm here to say I don't give a rat's ass about gematria specifically because it's not always just gematria. I can tell you the California fire riddle that does have some gematria in it. Los Angeles, California equals 118. But then you got Cuts out here in the comments telling me I'm full of shit because he saw the fires. I never said there wasn't a fire. That
Right.
dude needs to clear the earwax out of his ears, listen with his ears and not his mouth. The California fires started on November 8th, which we
Right.
write 11/8, and it's on the 118th meridian. Well, it's a coincidence. It must be a coincidence that
Mm.
LA was established on September 4th, the day leaving 118 days left in the year on the 118th meridian. And then years later, when you have a fire that's blamed on arsonists, which we know who the arsonists really are, then they have it happen on 11/8.
But think
That
about
right
this, Rich.
there.
You're a smart guy. Now let's do this. And just to help you in this situation, once again, I don't condone what other people do and name calling. I really
For,
don't agree with that. So, but what's two divided by two? Right? Everybody math, basic math. What's two divided by two? Two divided by two is what?
yeah,
Is one.
I
Is
know
one.
the answer.
Is one.
Yeah.
What's one divided by one? Is one.
Yep.
See, so we both came to the same conclusion, but use a different formula. You
Yeah.
use the two divided by two formula, and Cuts use a one divided by one formula. But we both recognize that there's a fire. So what I'm saying mainly is you can use Jewish mysticism or gematria, or you could just do chicken bones in a cave somewhere. you can use it all to achieve the same goal. And for anybody to try to elevate 2 divided by 2 is better than 1 divided by 1 is a fool, because everything can be used to achieve the same outcome. Some of you guys choose to use gematria. Some of you guys choose to use basic algebra. Some people use numerology. Some people use consciousness and chakras and energy, right?
Why is that? That's why is that's a good analogy. Except here's my problem. Cuts is saying there's a fire, and I'm showing that the fire is done on purpose to the public, who thinks it was done by arsonists. That you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a big difference there. When I'm showing a number ritual that nobody sees, if you go door to door, nobody's going to tell you the fire started on the 118th meridian on 11/8,
But can
and
I
then the
ask you, maybe
Dodgers win their World Series in 1988 on a 118 date numerology.
now let me
You
ask
see
you
what
a
I'm
question,
saying?
Rich, because I don't mean to be any, truly, I don't mean to be offensive, but I hear a lot of people say, from like the gematria community, they say, ritual, like, oh, this number means a ritual. First of all, can you just like, what does that mean from you guys' perspective when you say,
I
oh,
usually call them. Okay, let me answer that. I usually call them number riddles. Like a topic is the California fire, and there's a number pattern, a deceitful number pattern that proves that it was done on purpose. It wasn't arsonist. So I always call them number riddles. Like I call it the California fire riddle. I call it the Kobe Bryant faked helicopter crash riddle. But Mr. Zach told me I should call them rituals, which I do think it's about the same thing. Uh,
okay,
I mean,
so
you could call it a ritual.
a ritual is a term that's exclusive. It's an exclusive term to, whether it's religious, but mainly it's a magical term for people who study uh, transmutation or alchemy or other type of magical systems. So a ritual is a ceremony to draw out the spiritual celestial influence of something, whether it's an element, natural, a scent like a frankincense or myrrh, a spirit like necromantic. A ritual is a ceremony to draw something out of the natural, what we refer to as the natural world. In numerology, that's exactly what a ritual means. So when we just using these terms to say, oh, I'm just, taking numbers and it looks like a Super Bowl ritual. Okay, so now when we talk about ritual, we're talking about spirituality. Now we're getting into a deeper conversation about, well, what does that number really mean, right? If it is a ritual, 201, for example, if 201 is a ritual, then what is that ritual? Is it a ritual for Mars? Is it a Saturn ritual? Is it a satanic ritual? Then now we need to go deeper. See, so I always heard people say ritual, and I'm like, well, you guys are talking about magic if you mention rituals. We're talking about influences of numbers and colors and shapes and what it does to the body, to the natural world, and to people's consciousness. Or are we just talking about just riddles, like you mentioned? I don't want to. I
Am
don't
I
want to call.
unmuted? Am I unmuted now?
I hear
Yeah,
you.
only reason why I mute you because we won't be able to hear me or Wise talk because it's such a big big echo.
Echo.
So yeah, so when like I got to mute it right now. Hold on. See, I mute it, it goes away. So that's the only
Yeah.
reason why I mute it. I try to when Wise pauses, I try to unmute it so we don't have that, but it's hard.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, so I got your thing on rituals, and I understand that. So like, if I'll just call it the 9/11 riddle, does that make more sense then to you?
It's
I'll
not.
call
I'm
it the
sorry. It's not a matter.
coronavirus riddle.
Me, I think it's making sure we use correct words for things, right? If we say that numbers and words have power, isn't it logic to make sure we attribute the correct word to what it really means?
That's fine by me.
Yeah. So
I'll call
if
it
it's a
whatever you'd
ritual,
like.
you call it ritual. If you guys are doing rituals, then all due respect, then you guys are dope. You guys are dope, man. Like if you guys are able to perform rituals, man, and do them from the keyboard and numbers, and do it from the sanctity of your own home without having to be clean or make sure you have a maybe certain symbols or influences around you. Uh, uh, that's great, man. You guys have achieved some things that even the Egyptians couldn't do. And I don't
Yeah.
mean that to be tongue in cheek. I'm saying seriously, a perverse mind, a perverse heart. Those are two that unites with the soul. If those three are not in unity and not of pure heart, you can't dabble in the mysteries of God. You can't begin to dabble with the celestial worlds. Even when I read books, I'm always in prayer because I want to make sure that I'm going there with a pure heart, with all lust and greed and anger removed from me when I'm it's like walking into a church or to a tabernacle. Like you want to come there holy, right? You want to be on your hands and knees and give your your prayers and your stuff. But to take from the universe but not give something back in it, we're just plundering the knowledge, just beating it away, brick by brick, piece by piece. But what are we giving back? What are we giving back to this creator? What are we giving back to the source for what we're using so abundantly from it? You know, if the universe gave you a bowl of numbers to use to expose these satanic people and quote unquote and whatever they're doing, well, okay, great. But what are we giving back for the thankfulness that we have this ability to foresee what they're going to do to us or what they're trying to do to us? What are we giving back?
Right.
Just
Let me
educating people, man. Just trying to educate
Taking,
people on what's really going on.
right, but that's
That's
taking,
what I
right?
give back.
Right. Well, you're educating people, and I appreciate it, and I love it, and we all appreciate it. I know I do personally. But what I'm asking is internally, brother Rich, reflect in time. You don't have to answer this because I had to answer this myself. Uh, You're great for giving people knowledge because the universal source gave you the ability to take from that bowl of information, which is gematria. What are you giving back to the source? And you're as thankfulness that you have this knowledge. And that's what we all need to decide. Instead of taking so much, go plant a tree or something. I don't know. I'm just joking. Go
Well, I
do
hear
something.
you. There's nothing wrong with giving back to nature, and this world we live in is ours, but it's being taken away from us
Yes.
by
Yes.
ritualistic people,
Yes.
by
Right, right.
secret
So let,
societies that think they're better.
right. Let me go a little deeper real quick. Well, let me mute it. I'm gonna mute you real quick so there's not a
You're
echo.
fine. You're fine.
So let's take this a little left hypothetical speaking, right? Because we're thinkers and we like to dive deep. Now, this form of this knowledge is put out here, right? Let's say, I mean, we Zach says it comes from Manly P. Hall, blah blah blah. All right. So, like you were just saying, and Richard was saying, are we really unearthing anything that they don't? Let's say, using the numbers, okay, figuring all this stuff out, right? But there's a lot of people that are figuring all this out without the numbers. So you put the numbers in it, okay? Could there be something there that they want us to be doing to usher in some type of energy to bring forth something, bring something closer as a faster? Are we speeding up their
Yeah.
agenda? These are things that I sit back and ponder. Like, you got to ask yourself, like, pretty much if they control the news media and everything else, they want this information out there,
Yeah.
you know?
That's why I said they
So,
wouldn't tell you the true Hebrew. If they did, you would be able to tear the earth in half with the power of such formulas that the Babylonians and the Egyptians and the Assyrians and the Sumerians have been trying to figure out for eons, how to discover the frequency, the phonetic frequency of the elements of the planets. And from there, you know how much power you talk about Omni Man, for those who watch comics and stuff, I look at Omni Man, the Incredibles, but you'll be able to rip the earth in half. You'll be able to
right,
create without this is Yuval Harari, right? We'll be able to
right,
be like God.
right. So these are things that, I look at. And, with all this AI stuff and all this internet stuff, it's like just things like, because when you start really getting into this whole numbers thing and you start really looking and diving deep, we like to find the source. And when you start can't finding the sources and you look at where they say the source is coming from, you're like, wait a minute. This is like Zach from, the 1400s, the 1500s, the 19, the 1800s, the 1700s, these are like interpretations,
We
that
talked about the
somebody,
two. Well, me and Rich
you
said
know,
the two divided by two, or the one divided by one will still get you one, right? But think
right.
about this. Yeah, right. We did this months ago when the coronavirus stuff hit. And then this was right in time for the George Floyd. Now, this was no gematria. I mean, this was no Pythagorean. This was just straight up wisdom
Mhm.
and prayer and meditation, and just asking the universe creator to come to my heart and give me discernment. You had these people taking a knee and they were saluting with one knee. And then the
Right.
cops started doing it. And then you say,
Right.
oh, it's just because the guy put a knee on the guy's neck, that whole script. But when you look into your knowledge and your history, you say, wait a minute, this is the salute of Haru. The salute of Haru is an Egyptian salute, Anubis, that gives it puts your body in a shape, because we do believe numbers and shapes has energy behind it, right? It puts your body in a certain shape that gives energy to the God of resurrection, right? To bring about a spirit to resurrect a soul from the lower world, right? This is Egyptian occultic philosophy. So one can say they were trying to what? Resurrect George Floyd's spirit.
Right.
Maybe, we don't know. It
We
was a
know,
ritual.
we
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 know what
know,
they were
we
doing. We know what
we
they're
know
doing.
because I came across, I was out there with these people,
Yeah.
so I know what deity they were using, the dark
Ex-
forces. But I can't talk about. I don't want to bring this shit into my life, putting this shit on the internet. But
Yeah.
when they were out there chanting and doing all this stuff, they were invoking that spirit and bringing it
You
through
took the
George
word out.
Floyd,
You took the
right?
key word. You said so.
Right.
Now, Rich, I'm gonna let Rich chime in, but that's you just snatched the word. Yeah, right now. I appreciate you for this. You said ritual. This was rich. Ritual, rich. No play on the word here, but ritual and rich. But yeah, right. Hit the word. Evocation. So, what is a ritual? A ritual is a ceremony of evocation. What are you evoking? I don't know.
Which is exactly what George Floyd was. Do you guys think George Floyd really died?
George Floyd doesn't even exist. I'll tell you what George Floyd is,
Yeah,
and I
oh
don't want
yeah, yeah, I'm with
to.
you.
I'll touch it. Judge Floyd is a. Oh boy, yeah, right. They'll do this to me today. George. Uh, George Floyd is a. For simplicity, is a demonic spirit.
Exactly.
Just for
Yeah,
simplicity.
I couldn't agree more. But the problem is that 99% of the people out there, just normal people like you and me, think the man got killed, and that causes division and hate and fear and riots
You know why?
and
because
and
because
The,
because
mhm.
they used, what did they use? They used sorcery and they used magic and manipulated the people. I mean, this is just what they did.
It
Now, did they use numbers?
exactly.
Did they use numbers? No,
yeah.
they didn't use no numbers.
Mhm.
You could say, okay,
They
they
didn't use
encoded
numbers.
it into they encoded it into the story, but they didn't use no numbers
Nope.
to,
They
to get
use
these people out there.
sounds. Remember that, hands up, don't
Yeah,
shoot. Hands. That is
yeah,
let me tell you something. That is a rhythmic pattern.
yeah.
Octaves, sound,
Right.
right? They're
When I
walking with
when,
their hands up, right? Like a
when I
NFL when they kick a field goal, the guy raises his hands in the air.
Yeah, when I was out there and hearing the chants, seeing the frankincense, seeing the sage that they were using, doing all these weird ass shits, beating the drum,
Mhm.
the Daniel Prude, all this stuff, Daniel Prude, them singing the chant.
Yeah,
Yo, I
yeah.
went home that night and I literally was in my bed with the chants going off in my own fucking head, and I'm like, yo,
Remember
this
when they
shit.
first came out? Now, this, like I said, no gematria needed. When they first started doing this Black Lives Matter stuff, you had Antifa. Before
Mhm.
Antifa was the communist, socialist people that we saw, you know what they were? They were witches. They actually had a sect called Antifa Witches. You can go
Yeah,
look it up
that's
now.
what
They
they,
have an
that's what they
actual
are. I mean,
charter.
they do sigils. I
Yeah.
literally in Rochester under the bridge of the highway. I was live on camera and went to right where they are, and they were doing fucking ritual literally right there. Their flag is a ritual. I mean, a sigil, which is a circle with their A inside of it. I mean, this is just
It's called
in
it's called
this.
libations. The libations. What they do is they take And I seen this in my own with one of these Black Lives. What they did was there was a person who they projected, maybe through gematria, maybe through YouTube, but they projected this person was killed. So they had the media spin that story, and your local
Mm-hmm.
YouTuber encoded it that this person was killed on this 44th day on the third month of the year. So the image of a person being killed was projected. So
Mm-hmm.
in their manifestation, they grabbed a piece of garment to embody this person by saying this was his shirt, maybe it's a piece of his hair or whatever this thing was. It may not even been the person because we know the person doesn't exist. But they had to use that as a conduit to bring about this energetic thing into the world. Right before all that happened, it birthed COVID. Shortly after the George Floyd, COVID came into the world, right? But what I'm saying is libations, they can take these stuff and pour liquor out for your dead homies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And tell you that this person actually died, but that blood could be a sacrifice to whatever deity they're trying to draw power from. And what was that power for? That power for is because they was going to shut down the world, and they needed to draw all that Mars energy, which is war, against us. But that energy made us subservient to what they were doing to us. That's why we was all stuck in our homes and didn't know what to do. You know, there's an energy that they put on you that make you complacent, that make you don't want to do nothing, that make you don't want to fight back against them. That's
Mm-hmm.
the spirit of Mars. When you, I'm gonna keep it real and I'll be done. But if people, whether it's through numbers, can tap into the spirit of Mars, you can have control over your enemies, and there's nothing they can do. You'll be
Mm-hmm.
under a spell and don't even know it. And have to. How can you break from that if you don't know what they're doing against you? So,
Mm-hmm.
Rich, I agree. You know, you can decode, and you're doing all. You know, you're doing a whole lot and trying to wake people up. Like, look, there could be a energetic ritual behind, quote unquote, ritual behind this. But you know, how do you partake in such decoding if our hearts are not in the right place to even you know see it, right? We have to make sure that we're good before we can start exposing the world.
Right. Yeah, but
There were if there were no
shoot.
numbers used in George Floyd, is it a coincidence that it was 8 minutes 46 seconds in the Twin Cities, just like the first towers in New York were at 8:46 a.m.
Well, we're talking about coincidence, or we're talking about just sheer.
I
I can say,
absolutely don't think that was a
well,
coincidence.
I can say, well, Twin Towers is 1 and 1, right? Those two towers was 1 and 1. So, from what I read,
Yeah.
1 and 1 is evil. 1 and 1 is a bad omen, it's a bad sign in some mystic school.
Yeah,
And
there's absolutely symbolism in it. There's
and re-
absolutely symbolism.
This without even the 848. This is just me knowing the architectural shape, right? And then I can get into, well, what elements was this building made out of that they used? And then we can take the element, code it to a number, code it to a shape, code it to a frequency, and code it, which according to them, code it back to Hebrew. And then we can attach a spirit to it. And I can tell you right now, without 848, that the World Trade Centers was connected to the spirit of Metatron. Just by the elements.
Let's look at the most simple one, the 9/11 riddle. Let's look at that. And we know there's numbers all over that. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely.
See, and that's all I'm sitting here. We can get all deep dive and that's all I'm really in here for. Can I just say this? Give me about 60 seconds. Let me get about 60 seconds. That's all I need. No matter the beef with Zach, okay, that's between right and Zach.
Mm-hmm.
I'm friends with both. Whether it's Will Turbot, I'm friends with him and Zach. I'm hearing from out here that this isn't genuine. This isn't genuine. This isn't genuine. I'm here to say, no matter what with the beef, that I point out what is genuine. I paid close attention for 7 years, and the stuff that I show people each and every day out here, there is stuff that's true. Like, fuck the gematria. You know, I really don't care, but there is some gematria that's very true. You know, when I look at the word witch and broom, and put it in the calculator, and it's equal in all 4 base ciphers. When I put the word judge and gavel in there and it's the same numbers in all 4 ciphers,
What
no matter
ciphers?
what nobody says, well, just a second, I'm almost done.
Yeah.
No matter what anybody says, that's evidence to me that the English language was built through numbers. That nobody can take that away. Then when I look at that, here's a simple one. This is one that nobody has really uncovered. I uncovered it myself. When I look at MJF, who is a wrestler in fake wrestling, and it's new AEW, and he claims to be a Jewish wrestler. Okay, and we're looking at Jewish mysticism here. When I put in MJF, who he's like the Hulk Hogan or the John Cena of this new wrestling organization out of Brooklyn, New York, or wherever it is over there. When you put in MJF's name and then type in AEW, which is the company he works for, it's a perfect match in all 4 ciphers.
Rich, I'll tell you like this to answer that, or to comment on that statement, which no doubt you could be absolutely right. And I'm almost certain you are absolutely right. But here's what I'm going to say. The Jewish numerical gematria or gematria system is spiritually, energetically connected to, how do I say this without sounding mean? It is connected to a Jewish tribe who practiced it back in the ancient times. So the numbers that are being decoded that you're seeing, and whether it's on a newspaper or Fox News or whatever that you're using to decode, the conclusions you are coming up with is because it's coming from Jewish conclusions. If you apply that same number and conclusion to Arabic, it wouldn't be true. So if you choose to go with that, then sure, then you are a Jewish, purveyor of information, and that's fine. But that same number, that same sentence, that same football score applied to Arabic mathematics or Arabic numerology would not be the same. So if you take that and apply it to English language, you say, well, should you even be doing that with English language? Should gematria be decoded into English? Should it be decoded into Arabic? Or should it be decoded into Hebrew? Me and Wright was saying, according to gematria and the people that created it, according to the Kabbalah, it can only be used for Hebrew, not English. So I don't know, when you guys are doing that calculating and spitting those numbers and then spitting it out to an English word, English and Hebrew do not mix. It's like oil and water. So I don't know what you're getting or what you're ritualizing in your ritual, but it's not according to their own instructions. You guys are creating like your own thing. I'm just being honest and fair.
I don't think we're creating it. I don't think we're creating it.
Yeah, not you
I
guys.
think
Maybe, yeah.
The people using it must have stolen it.
Or it's meant to, like Wright mentioned, or it's meant to use you for a purpose.
Well, let's look at the Sandra Bullock murder by number poster. Murder equals 83 and 38. How come on the poster the only letters changed to numbers are the 3, the B is the 3 and the 8? It says murder by numbers.
It does 38 equal murder.
Well, here's the one thing. Now, this system of gematria, okay, it was put out by, it's the only sources, this is from the one who teaches it himself, Manly P. Hall. So that in itself, you got to ask yourself, well, is it honorable? What is it? What was manipulated for him to release that? In other words.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that he's just one of those Freemasons that put it out there so that very little people will see it anyway. More like predictive programming.
But check this out. English gematria, according to the Freemasons, right, is 24 letters.
Hmm.
You can't even debate that. This is coming from Freemasons themselves that use English gematria. I mean, this is not. I'm gonna do a video about this. This is coming from MasonCode.com. This is simple code of English gematria by Freemason,
So it's
and it
inconsistent.
goes 1 through 24. There's no
Something missing.
zeros. There's
Yep.
no
Yep.
repeating numbers. This is just what they're using. You know how they say Q is what are they what letter was Q, like the 17th letter? Well, according to Freemasons, it's the 16th letter.
So what we talking about here? Yeah, right.
That's what I'm saying.
So what we
What,
doing?
what,
Are we even doing gematria? We doing some wacko numero? What are we doing here? And we say the word ritual. So if we say the word ritual, then we got to take it back to the source. We got to take it back to alchemy. Got to take it back to transmutation.
because one thing we got to understand also is words are very powerful. And to understand words, you got to go back to the old, dictionaries.
Got to
All
go
right. Now,
back
if
to Babylon.
all this knowledge is from the older times, so
Mhm.
wouldn't it make sense that this was encoded with old word knowledge?
I mean, that's 2 plus 2, right? That's two
You
plus two.
know,
Yeah, right.
old world knowledge. I mean, because this cipher is based off the old English alphabet.
No,
So
yeah,
these
right.
new
Let me tell
ciphers.
you, yeah, you go back that far, you can go even further. Then you say, well, how did these ancient cultures get the information, and what culture did they learn it from?
Right. Mhm. That's where, I mean, it goes back. Then it gets into Greek. Then it gets into Hebrew. So, it's like, that's the thing. Like, what's really going on here? You
Hmm.
know, it's
Hmm.
deeper than what
So
is
that's what I said.
being portrayed.
Does 38 really means what Rich mentioned, which according to Rich's perception, it could be maybe right, but based off all this information that you just presented, yeah, right, along with myself, can I trust that to be accurate? I guess that's just an honest, logical question, Rich. Should I, with so much of that
And then-
information that
and then-
you're,
and
should
another
I
thing is
trust that?
right. And another thing is right there. That's what it's all about.
Plain word bingo. Yeah,
It's spiritual. Like, what's the spiritual
yeah,
aspects of it?
alpha, good stuff. Yeah,
You know.
and then like I said,
So
three.
so let's look at bullets. There's a kill equals 44. Um,
Yeah, but you're
38
using, but
We
equals
back at
murder.
the same point,
but
Rich.
but Rich, you're using bullets, not
I'm
bullets.
just saying there's a 38, there's a gun called a 38, there's a gun called a 44. That doesn't seem like a coincidence when kill equals 38. They're both all kill and murder
Rich,
numbers.
can
Now
can
let's look at the movie. Well, I'm not getting anywhere because I can't speak, and it's nothing against y'all, but I'm just going to get off here. I can't
Yeah,
speak.
you
I
can
can't get a
speak.
full thought
go ahead,
out.
go
I
ahead,
I can't even get a full thought out.
go ahead. Apologies, go ahead. Okay. Okay. I
Okay.
was gonna ask Rich this. I was gonna say, and maybe somebody else can answer.
Well, the thing is,
And you,
I like to get to the point. I get it. We don't have to go through all the
I don't want
riddles and the
numbers. Yeah,
numbers
I
and
don't
all
want
that. I
to.
mean,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
just time consuming. We get to the base of it.
yeah.
Yes, you can make this add up. I mean, you're using four ciphers. Ciphers of what?
But look
Where'd
too.
those ciphers come from?
We already answered that.
Rich is a good dude,
Yeah, I
man.
know, but
Rich
I'm
is
just
a
saying
good
is
dude.
we already answered that. If he said
Right.
then after he says the 44 bullets, a couple of minutes go by, he may say, okay, what about this coincidence? I was walking down the street, I got hit by an apple, and the apple equals 87, and then we
Right.
keep going down the same mind loop, and I'm trying to get people out that mind loop, and I don't want to throw myself in that mind loop. Um,
Right.
you're
Because you
using
like
80.
you take
Mhm.
bullet. All right. Bullet. That comes from cannonball. So what are we really
What
talking
are we talking
about?
about? Yeah.
Like
And like I said,
you gotta
can
go
you take?
back. It is wordplay, but you gotta remember, if they're manipulating us, right, the masses, well, why not have a number system out there that manipulates the other people to keep?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Like, this
can
is the
you
thing. Like,
and
what are we
bullet?
really doing here? You
Can you
know?
take the word? If I was to ask Rich if he came back on, I would say, Rich. good guy. He seems like a good, honest guy who's truly trying
Richard
to
a
do the right
good
thing.
dude. Richard a good dude.
Can you if, do me a favor, Rich? Take the word bullet. I'll give you my home address and write it in Hebrew for me. Write it in Hebrew. If you write it in Hebrew for me, then I can take it to a rabbi because I live around a lot of rabbis, and I can decode it to see if it's really 44 or if
I
they.
could do that right now. Believe it or not,
Here's the point.
it's gonna be a video.
It,
I got the Hebrew gematria calculator
yeah,
on my phone.
right. But hear what I
Like
said too. Yeah,
and
right.
you got to do it in Hebrew, but also you got to write from right to left because Hebrew
I was about to say that.
switches the entire thing around. Now
Exactly.
this is
So it
this another
changes.
thing is, hold on, one more. When you start learning this stuff, how about you take the word in Hebrew and put it in the Google search? Your whole Google search turns reverse. It does it. It turns reverse.
Wow.
Actually, pretty
I gotta
dope.
see
It's
that.
actually
Yeah, let
pretty
me see
dope.
that. You gotta show me that way.
You know.
And that's the thing is it the system itself relies. It is not a if. It's not a but. It's not a maybe. The system of gematria or jama, however you want to pronounce it, relies on the Hebrew language, not English, not Arabic, not Chinese or Japanese. So if you cannot decode it back into original Hebrew, then any number you say is inaccurate because the letter A or the letter U does not translate into the Hebrew alphabet. Period. This is
Right.
not that is not up for debate.
Right.
So when you put in a number in any calculator or any whatever, and you tell me that that number 38 or that number 44 means bullets, no, it does not,
Right.
because the
You're
word
putting
bullet does not
one bullet.
exist in.
Right, and then you just add an S on it, which, this is another thing. It's wordplay and word manipulation. Like some
Yeah,
of the stuff they do is like they put these sentences together, words together, and somebody's name might have a middle name. So
yeah.
you put like you say you put like, I don't know, like John S. Doe. Well, you could put
Mhm.
John Doe. You could put John
Yeah,
S. Doe, John S. Doe Jr. So
right,
what are we
right.
really doing? Well, how do we know their real given
Exactly.
name?
Because,
It's
like, say
like
for example, too, yeah, right now, and I hate to cut you off, but
no,
because
no.
me and you we be sparking thoughts together. But like for example, in their Kabbalah, where gematria is in the Torah, we talked about that. Like their deity Metatron is not even written in Hebrew as Metatron. It's
Hmm.
like I can't even remember, but it's like MTTVRN. I think it's
Right.
MTTVRN is the and I don't
Hmm.
want to get too much, but if he was to try to summon that deity, MTTVRN is the the English writing, but in Hebrew is written in a certain way. So
Hmm.
not only is it written a certain way, there's certain alphabets that is not even included because it can't translate.
Hmm.
So bullets, Bullet or Bullets, how does it translate back to Hebrew? I bet you it won't
Right.
be that word. It'll probably be BLT or you know what I'm saying, or
Right. Right.
BTS or
So your
something.
bacon, lettuce, tomato sandwich or
Yeah,
something.
bacon lettuce. And then when you encode it back in English, it wouldn't mean evil. It mean bacon and lettuce tomato sandwich.
Right.
So yeah, man. Hey man, I want number 44. Give me a bacon lettuce tomato sandwich.
Right. So it's just all we're trying to do is get
Yeah.
to the basis. Yes, numbers add up. Like like the other, like the most recent thing video I posted was there was a protest, in Palestine, and they went to this cannon building. So I'm like, okay, cannon. I already know what that means, cannon. But let me go look a little deeper. Well, one of the grand architects was a Freemason, right? Which who died on January 6th, and they were calling it an insurrection of the left, right?
Hmm.
And it was a big uproar. But so yeah, you can put some numbers, but it was January 6th. Okay, so dates match. So sometimes they like to say it happened 118 days after this. California equals 118, the 118th meridian. Yeah, they use numbers, right? We know they use numbers, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
They use numbers. Okay, it's on the 118th meridian, but also California's real name isn't even California.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So who are they really manipulating? What are they
Exactly.
using? Because if you're saying it's gematria, well, dating back to whenever gematria was gematria, California wasn't California. And like like you do like the United States or the Southern United States. Well, in certain times, well, these certain areas didn't even exist. There was different names.
Yeah,
So what are we really doing here?
and
This is
that's the
some
trap
new
game.
age. This is
Yeah,
new age necromantic magic.
exactly.
You know what I
If
mean?
I could, if I knew that a certain time of the year, at a certain time of the day, uh, in connection with the zodiac, could in its
And that
connection to an animal
is
and its
wait.
connection to
Let me give you. Let me just add to what you're saying because you know how we always bouncing off each
yeah,
other's
yeah,
mind
yeah,
when we talk.
yeah. It's all
So
good.
you can cut me off anytime.
Yep.
So like you say, there's a that the whole other aspect is much more greater than any number could ever
Mhm.
conceive. Is astrotheology.
Yep. Yep.
That is
See,
the highest form of wisdom that exists in this reality.
they call that
Like,
the higher spheres, right? So that's the
yeah,
higher hierarchy. So
I've
yeah.
seen somebody decode 9/11 with astrotheology and the way the stars were
Mhm.
aligned. It literally
Dude,
blew me away.
I knew somebody who, and I was mind blown that knew, at a certain time of the year, depending on astrotheology, the way the horoscopes played out,
Mhm.
that this person came to me and said, "I bet you 90% of the people on Earth slept on the left side of their bodies that night."
Yeah, yeah.
Now,
It is. It's that deep, man, and
yeah,
it's amazing. And these people know this.
yeah. Think
So
about
it
how,
goes.
like, when somebody yarn, right? If I was to say, "Oh boy," and make somebody else yarn,
Mhm.
you ever thought like, how the hell that work?
Right. Yeah, this shit is
That's because of
powerful,
the
man.
influence. We all can influence. We all have these influences, which goes to the higher astrotheology. And when you go down to animals, if I knew all this, that at a certain time of the day, that
Mhm.
if the stars lined up this way and the moon lined up this way, it affect the tree, it affect the oceans, it affect the animal, it affect element. What could I do? I could probably say to you, man, I just need to draw out this energy because I want to use it for my own personal gain. How can I
Exactly.
get rich to and I'm just using rich for example, but how can I use rich to draw out that energy that I need? Because I don't want to
Mhm.
do it because I don't want to mess around. So you know what I'll do? I'll go to Rich. I say, hey, Rich, on the 12th of November, at 8 o'clock in the morning, when the sun is at its highest peak, and you see a bloom rise from the earth, uh, grab see if you can find a rock, mash it in little bitty bits of pieces, or grind it up, and then sneeze 3 times. And he's like, what the hell are
Mhm.
you talking about? And he does it. I'm like, okay, thanks. So sometimes gematria, and what we wonder about is, could these numbers be used to get you to help generate power for
That's
them?
what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying. Like you got to look at who put this out. He always refers back to Manly P. Hall.
Manly P
Well,
Hall.
you go into all that, go into all his other books. You're like, yo, this is a really dangerous motherfucker that knows some shit. So if you're getting it
Mhm.
from there, and
Hmm.
then you go back farther, who switched which he was asked this question, he didn't know. Gematria took gematria from English, from Hebrew, and transmuted it to English.
Hmm.
You gotta. These are questions. If you're out here proclaiming you're God of some knowledge, and you can wipe your ass with Nostradamus predictions, everybody, there's nothing on the internet that compares to what you do. You're supposed to know this
and,
shit,
and and especially if the word that we're using is ritual. If you say,
right?
hey, the world is or this voting cycle, or this football game is a ritual. That word is not a word that just can be applied to just, hey, I woke up this morning, man, and I did a ritual and made me a sandwich. Like,
Right.
no, come on now, like, let's not apply these words out of context. You just prepared you a sandwich. You prepared a sandwich. You didn't make a what is a ritual then? So when you start getting into like evocation, as you mentioned, then we're talking about drawing the meaning out of a number. Now you're
Hmm.
peeling the layers back of that onion. So when you keep peeling those layers back, you say, okay, so the numbers mean something. Now, what does the number mean? What does 38 mean? You say, well, it means kill, or 44 means kill. No, it don't.
Right.
No, it don't. Okay. Let's go. So what do
Like
three
the
mean? We
thing
already did
about it
this.
is,
What is one plus one?
it's believed that it means kill because there's a number system that you have to flip numbers and go to different ciphers to get this number,
Hmm. Hmm.
and I mean, it's like, we gotta. Okay, who are they really programming? Are
Exactly.
they programming both of you guys at the same time? I mean, this is what you gotta, to pay attention to this stuff, to put
Exactly.
in your subconscious, because in that community, I know a lot of people that are down, that aren't
Mhm.
doing good, that feel dark, and they're
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
always some shit going on, you
Right.
know.
Right. And that's why I said the spirit of Shabbat. And you mentioned that earlier. The Shabbat
Hmm.
is Saturn. Right.
Right,
There's no coincidence that they use that star with the hex. Right. Which
right,
that doesn't that hex doesn't affect me. It doesn't bother me. No different than
right.
the quote unquote
Right.
swastika
Now, now,
or
now,
what
now
they.
back
Mhm,
to the kill word, right? Right, wise.
mhm.
Now you said a kill word. What does it mean? Well, it means a stroke, a blow, meaning the
Mm.
act of killing. That's from the 1840s. But before that, it means a stream, a creek.
Oh,
So you got us. This is why gematria don't work in the English language, because kill also means, this is the etymology of the word kill.
mhm,
Kill means a stream, a creek, right? A
yeah.
riverbed, an inlet, right? I
Mhm.
mean, so think about that.
And here's
I mean,
another deeper one. The word kill is ki. Ki means key. So in Eastern philosophy,
right,
key is energy. So I guess you
right,
you you know key means you remove energy. Do kill means you remove energy out of something? I mean, see, so the
right,
word ki is key. Or
right.
kai. Some people say called kai, but
And,
yeah,
and 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 we'll go to the black. Black, right?
yeah, yeah,
Black. Oh, black means this. They're demonizing black people. Black is just a non-color,
yes,
right?
yes.
And it's becoming black.
And some
Darkened.
cultures believe that black is a
Right.
combination of all the colors. That if you take all the colors
Exactly.
and mix them
Put
in,
them
and like
together.
you get
Yep.
black.
Right.
I mean, it's so like I said, but I don't want to keep running my mouth, but y- I don't want to hear the number riddles because I'm not going to call them rituals anymore. I don't think they're rituals. I think they're riddles.
I think riddle is more fitting,
I think riddle is. I think number riddles. There's other type of number.
because you know what a riddle is. We go straight to the etymology: a word game or a joke.
Yeah,
Compromising a question or statement crouched in deliberately puzzling terms,
yeah. That they used it. Yeah, it's crazy.
propounded for solving by the hearer reader using clues embedded within the wording. So yeah, that's a fitting word.
That's
Riddles.
and there's many there's
Rich. Thank Rich for
he helped
that
me
that
understand
you
it
know
now. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, Rich really he already see, subconsciously he knows it's a riddle. Zach's like, call it a ritual. Yeah, because Zach knows what the word riddle
yeah.
means. Gotta wonder about this Zach guy. He
I,
can't
I
be that stupid. You know what
I
I'm
tell you
saying?
something. If Rich came to me or go to his channel and he's doing his number riddles and he says, "Yo, Wise, look, dude, I was able to like, figure out this crazy riddle, man, from this news article with all these numbers," and I would actually respect that more.
Right.
If you just
Because
come to me and just call it as a riddle,
using
say, dude,
using gematria, and this another thing is, and I got this in a video wise, when you put gematria in the gematria Hebrew calculator, it equals zero.
yeah,
Zero.
yeah. Because you're dabbling with words that belongs to the creator and you can't really know what they really mean. So
Right.
you go
You're
in a
gonna get a
circle.
big fat zero.
Yeah, or
The word itself amounts to zero in Hebrew gematria.
yeah, yeah.
It's unbelievable. I did that and came across that, and this is coming from a rabbi. See, I'm
Yeah.
not pulling any information I show. It ain't me. It's not yeah right. Zach's here
Yeah.
going yeah right's trying to discredit the.
I'm
How am
not
I?
discrediting nothing. That's what
These
I
are
said.
rabbis, man. These are the people themselves,
Yeah,
like telling you.
and then you start
You
getting
know?
into the Ouroboros, and you say, okay, well, zero,
Yeah.
the circle that's eating itself. You talk about circle, zero, nothing, void. Then when you get into void, you talk about black, right? Because the void is
Right.
nothingness. So now you get in. So now you're gradually moving into Eastern philosophy, which have, let's keep it real, dude. Western philosophy is new.
Yeah, it
These
is. It's
these are the
new.
these
It's
are the
new
babies
age,
on the
bro.
block, and all these couch couch prophets all of a sudden is coming out in the woodworks thinking that Western philosophy is somehow the end all be all because they figured out how to add one plus one. Uh,
Hmm.
most of you guys may not even know this, but where algebra comes from, where
Hmm.
trigonometry and algebra comes from. It comes from an Arabic man,
Yep.
not a white person. It was an Arabic guy. He created algebra or
Yep.
trigonometry, right, in Arabic. See, so
Yeah. So
even you start, so when you start opening your horizons and realize the perspectives that you're learning things, then you have a good discussion, like with, in Richard's case, like I'm open to his analysis. Um,
that's
but
how
the
it's supposed to
understanding
go
is,
down. How Rich
yeah,
comes, we're supposed to talk about it and move like the shit that the God is doing, the Messiah of the numbers is not. That's just not.
it's superiority, and
You
superiority
know,
is the perversion of a Jewish mystical thought that believes that uh, the the Hebrew Danite Jewish people attached to the energy of Saturn are inherently uh, created different than most other races,
right.
humans, and because of that, they are given a language, the Hebrew language, that allows them to do mystical wonders and become prophets to the Gentiles, me and you.
Mhm.
So a Gentile playing with uh, uh, magical numbers that is written for them, in reality, you're cursing yourself. You're putting a
Exactly.
hex on yourself because the energy behind it is only meant for that people, for that culture, for that sect of thought.
Right.
If me and
And,
you was to use that, there is a spell around it that will cause harm to the person who is not what it mandated to be used for or by.
right.
If that makes
And,
sense.
and and another thing is now you could go into like Hebrew and Arabic. Like those are very close in. They're really close
Hmm.
as far as their formal understandings. And then you got to ask yourself, okay, well, which came first, Arabic or Hebrew? Because both of them are similar. Both of them could recite their entire book.
Hmm.
A Muslim, a true Muslim, he could recite the entire Quran word from word, point for
Yep.
point, because they hymn it, because it's a frequency. And the
Exactly.
same thing with the Torah, they can do the same thing with the Torah.
Yes.
And
Yes.
they're very, very similar, super
Yes.
similar,
Yeah.
you know,
Absolutely.
but they're
Absolutely.
written totally different,
Yeah.
so
And like I told people about, you start getting into the keys of Solomon. Where do gematria, Western magic, including alchemy, transmutation, where does that come from? From
mhm,
religious, it comes from Solomon. Solomon. Now there's power
mhm,
behind that word, so I'm not going to really
right,
say it phonetically correct, but
right,
Solomon created the Judah, or that whole concept behind Judah, or Judaic. So they
mhm,
venerate the teachings of Solomon, which includes things like the Notaricon, the Tamura, Gematria, the Necronomicon. All these things come from his frame of thought, built off of Egyptian and Sumerian knowledge. Now, some people, including Jewish cultures, believe that Solomon went to hell. Some people believe that Solomon took this knowledge and twisted it so bad that even this great quote unquote man was sent to hell,
mhm.
right? Hermes Trismegistus, or Hermes in the Book of Thought, you know, kind of shun certain uh, arts. We call it arts, right? Certain arts, if you're doing them in ways that do not transmutate to its better self. Like me and you right now, when we talk to people, yeah, right, we try to bring out the better of people,
Yep.
right?
Mhm,
If you're using words like that guy Dr. Emoto that destroys people, then that's dark
mhm,
arts, because it's
mhm.
deducting. It's deducting from progression. So when you're taking a number and decoding it into a negative connotation,
You
are you
become you become you
are
know
you yeah,
you
take
become negative. I
yeah,
mean, if you think about it, he's
yeah,
this guy that's doing all this is a negative Nancy. Everything is negative. Everybody else is negative. This is how he comes off. And this
man.
is this behavior a trait, or is this coming from the invoking of this energy?
I told people my live stream, weeks ago. I said I would love to go to that calculator and put in a number, and it says, "Hey, Wise, you're gonna have a great day today." I would love to see that show out of that
Right.
calculator. I can tell you, you put any number in there, you would not get a positive word that tell you, peace on earth, love. You're gonna have a great day, Wise, or hey, Wise, I love good love and health to your mother.
Right.
So I hate to say it, this
Right.
guy is projecting what his Jewish mysticism teaches him, which is this is why you guys mentioned he said he hated his mom or something like that, and
Mhm.
but all these things make sense coming from a riddled mind. This is why I mentioned Walter Sparrow. Walter Sparrow in the movie Numbers eventually committed, or his wife, he killed his wife,
Mhm.
and he attempted suicide. Walter Sparrow was a person who always attempted suicide in the movie Numbers. He destroyed his whole entire home because of numbers, because numbers is attached to the natural world. And if you're doing it incorrectly and not trying to use it to transmutate upwards, but trying to deduct downwards, then you're operating in a lower frequency. See, we
Mhm.
use numbers to attach positive aspirations to it. When I see 33, the first thing that comes to my mind is not some sleazy European Freemason.
Mhm.
Okay. When I see 666, the first thing that comes to my mind is not some Western religious ideology of some red guy with a pitchfork sticking you in the ass. That's
Mhm.
not what I see. When I see
Right.
44, I don't think of black people dying or kill. I don't.
Mhm.
When I see zero, I think of infinite. When I see the number eight, like he mentioned 38, when I see eight, I think of infinite because
Right.
the infinity symbol is eight on its side. I think of
Mhm.
infinite. And I think of three, I think of Trinity, right? The triune. You start getting into
Mhm.
the decad or the decad, but you start getting into fours, and because three is a four, that's why you have your circle, your triangle, and your square. So three is builds into four, which in reality, the most powerful number in our physical world is the number four. So anybody
Mhm.
attaching 44 as kill, well, 44 is attached to the elements:
Yep.
air, earth, wind, fire.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, come on now. We talk about the
Right.
brain, the four halves of the brain, the
Yep.
different hemispheres, the equators. Hell, even when Christ was on the cross, he was on his all fours, wasn't it? His four, the cross is four equinoxes: summer,
Yep.
autumn, spring, winter. Your fours. So somebody to tell me that 44 or the number four is encoded with kill and death. Yikes. Whose perspective are we talking about?
Right. Just like I showed, kill means a stream in a creek. So how do it's an interpretation. It's not, it's not factual. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, yeah,
it is what it is, man.
yeah,
And as
yeah.
far as the picks go, like Will asked him about his picks. I mean, if you're the god of this, you should just be like, yo, this team gonna win because of this. This team gonna win because of this, because this. If you were so sure of yourself,
Okay.
so
Well,
these are the things that that you just
look, if we're
question,
if
man.
we're if we're dealing with some highly advanced guys who have cracked the code of Yahweh, the Jewish God of the Jewish demigod God Yahweh, then these guys have done something. Let me say this, and I'll be done. Yeah, right. Uh,
Yeah, I'm about to get off
these
here too.
these gematria community people have done something that not even the Egyptians or the Atlanteans could have done.
Exactly.
I mean, if this is the pedestal that we want to put this community on, and whatever they call themselves doing, whether riddles or rituals, like maybe I need to do a video called "Riddles or Rituals," but we're gonna go with riddles. Then
Yeah,
these guys
riddles.
have cracked something that not even the Egyptians can do, and
Right.
that deserves Zach deserves to be. We need to put him on Mount Rushmore.
Right. And I mean, if this is another thing is, speaking spiritually, right?
Yeah,
Because you do good, and you're dealing with good energy, good things will attract. It's like a magnet. It's gonna come to you. Like you're what you were looking for would come to you. You wouldn't be doing the things you're doing because it would be given to you. The creator, the universe will have to it has to reward you. It's cause and effect. It's law of attraction. If you're putting out good, the good is coming back. So
it's kind of weird that God's word or God's you know symbols and shapes and numbers need a computer programmer to write it for them.
yeah,
I think that's kind of odd, right? Like, in
yeah.
order for me to tell you what God meant behind this news article, because God doesn't do a good job at telling you what it means. Me and Yarai is going to go out and hire a guy for $80,000 a year to build a program with a database in it that can explain God better than God can.
Mhm.
I
Right.
find that very unusual. I find that very alarming. So
Right,
yeah,
right.
think
Yeah,
about that.
yeah. You
All
know.
right, dude. I'm out of here,
Yeah,
man.
I'm
I
about to
love
get
you,
out of
man. Be
here.
safe, man.
Yeah, you too, man. I'll talk to you later.
Hey, Rich, I love you too, dude. Talk to you soon, man.
All right.
All right, peace.
Yeah. So yeah, guys. I mean, we're gonna wrap it up on that note. Like I said, this is what happens when you do what you do. I'm minding my own business, but questions, and I get it. The people that rock out with gematria, it feels real, feels legit, feels like you're doing something. But really, you got to go deeper. You got to look at it. You could have found all this without no numbers. We've been doing this shit for years without numbers, making connections. You know, and like I said, you're using four ciphers from where, from who put it out here. The news stories are matching what's out here that's put out by a Freemason and occultist and people that don't got your best interest, and this is what we're going off of. Come on. But there's whole other gematria, right? There's another English gematria that the same people that put out this one use. You can it's not me making it up out of my ass. You know? It is what it is. I already read it to you, you know? I mean, I'm not making this up out of my ass. This is just a simple code of English gematria. You know, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I and J are together as 9. K is 10. L is 11. You know, and this code is based on the old English alphabet, which is a more direct language, than it is now, right? So, I mean, it is what it is, man. You can't debate this stuff. You know, it is what it is, man. But yeah, I'm gonna enjoy the day. Much love to you guys, and you know, uh, like I said, I ain't got shit to say. You just stop talking like a female, and all your emotions, and research your own stuff. You know, just take what a man says and run with it. You know, don't take nothing I say. Um, the same people that gave you the news created the number system. Yeah, I would see. Do your research. It's all there. I mean, you can't debunk it. You know, you really can't. So, exactly, Alpha Omega. You already know the English language is already a trap language, slave language, incomplete language. You can't even, I mean, all these words, kill. Oh, the kill means kill somebody. Oh, the kill also can mean a creek. So, how is this? What is going on? It's not pure. It's not Gucci. It's not Gucci. And words absolutely matter. When you're with somebody that speaks a different language, you realize, damn, words are fucking powerful. Why is there only one word in this language? You know, why is there only one word in this language? Why when I say this to this person in my English language, it's fucking derogatory, and it's a communication barrier. Not to mention English is the newest language, so let that sink in. But hey, if you guys think you're decoding, news stories and sports, more power to you. If you think you're waking up, but we already know from the morals and compass of over in that community, it's nothing but negativity, darkness, uh, just baseless claims, no facts, emotions, energy, feelings, misguided, misdirected people, no foundations, spiritually challenged. People are not spiritually, not morally sound. Anybody that says his mother, the earth is a better place without its mother, there's a problem. Anyone that has the N word in their subconscious mind ready to go, you know, what is it? Cuts ready to go, ready to flow at any moment, does not have your best interest. I was over there yesterday watching the video. The whole fucking chat was white. There was no mods. He don't give a fuck about y'all. Y'all are irrelevant to him. He said yesterday, uh, Will, you're beneath me. Like anybody like that, you fucking should have been ran a long time ago. You know, should have ran a long goddamn time ago. There's no honor. There's no
He's not an honor able, just like Paul Enslaved shredded his ass. He tried to go over there, shredded him, and then kept his face on the screen for a for fucking 2 months. God damn. Paul went at a field day. Paul had a field day with Zach. You know, that's why he come that same thing. He comes over here, he gets destroyed as well. His character. He's a man of no heart, no morals. You know, barking at, running down the corner and barking is not showing balls and this and that. It just is what it is. Um, he meant to say going. Yeah, you know, that's a whole nother question because if Zach is a part of this background, it all makes sense. Everything makes sense, but we'll never know. But it all would make sense if he was, because how he acts is exactly how a certain group of people act. Not the true, because there's true ones that we can see right now that you're like, wait, what the fuck? There's this side, and this side. Why do these people look like this side that say this, but these people are saying other shit, and they're hiding it? They're being censored. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm talking about the Jewish people, because there's a side that are saying that are kind of like us, like yo, no, and then there's this other side, like what the fuck's really going on over there? Really makes you wonder, you know. And like I said, this is 100% necromantic magic. Just like yesterday, before he did that video, he talked about death before it. There's no coincidence in that. Could be, but I don't. Zach's not that stupid. But anyways, that's all I got on that. And it is what it is. He's gonna go flap his fucking gums like there's no tomorrow. And like I said, I got videos ready to go. This ain't me talking. These are rabbis explaining all this shit. And y'all can take it for what y'all want. But y'all want to believe in your Messiah with your uncontrollable feelings and emotions, and that's what y'all do. A lot of them people, they got no control over themselves at all. It's crazy. It's like the Zacharites. But all right, I gotta go, man. Much love to you guys, and I'll talk to y'all later.